I'm ready.
Okay. We are on.
Okay, so when we last left, y'all had been to the bungalow, found that there had been a fight there, and that one of the pages at the bungalow had a datapad to give if uh, Sir Reginald did not show back up, which he gave to y'all, that indicated that there was a drowned town that he had tracked the sinister Hawkwood to. Uh, Looking at the information it has, the drowned town's entrance is in a lowland slum by the name of Two Toes, and at least a foot of water covers most of that slum. Y'all still have the Book of Anatomy. So, what is the party going to do?
Apprentice Ulysses is carrying the book, doesn't he? Isn't he?
Yes, he is.
In a pillowcase.
In a pillowcase inside a garbage bag inside a blanket?
Basically.
Okay.
Nobody wants to touch it.
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
I think the next step is to go get a pair of new boots.
A pair of new boots, okay?
I'm not going with my good shoes into that dirty sludge.
3
Okay.
sets of Voroxian hip waders.
Okay. Y'all can easily find those.
I was mostly joking. It's only 2
Yeah.
sets.
Oh. Yeah, y'all can easily find those. There'll be just a few Firebirds to get.
I have those.
Okay.
Firebirds.
Yeah, y'all can easily find those. There'll be just a few Firebirds to get.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I have those.
Money? What's that?
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, the little pictures of the Emperor.
It's something that you throw at people, they give you thing.
The little pictures of the Emperor.
All right, as y'all are, shopping in town for the boots to go wading through the lowlands, you do notice that the Avestite is still watching y'all.
Mm-hmm.
He's not even trying to be sneaky about it now.
Okay. Did we manage to lose him in the bungalow?
He did not follow you to the bungalow. Y'all did lose track of him there, but he's been watching the bazaar for y'all.
Okay.
Maven leans into Brother Ulysses and says, do you think it would be wise to let in... what was the Vestite's name again?
Dominic Dimas.
You think it would be wise to let Father Dimas know now about that book you're carrying, or find out later?
Maybe later. He might burn our key people that we might want to interrogate or evidence.
Unless we let him know that it was planted.
The deaconess did say that she wanted us to bring all 3 of them to her to answer for their actions, not 1 or 2 of them and some corpses.
Thank you, Sir Vaughn.
Always a good point.
Maven shrugs.
Okay. Let's go to hi-ho, to the drowned town we shall go.
Okay. Well, this is one of the worst slums y'all have ever seen. Shantytown doesn't really come close to describing it. Think cardboard boxes and water.
Hmm.
These people are really downtrodden. As y'all approach, all the panhandlers notice you, and y'all are mobbed.
I direct them to Father Dominic and say he's a member of the church. He must be charitable.
Are they just the fact that there's a huge Vorox with us? Are like they're not that?
You're breaking up quite a bit.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just saying, are they injured by seeing a huge Vorox?
The Vorox actually looks like he has money.
The Vorox also has a sword which he draws and menaces the people with. He would rather not, but he also doesn't want to be groped by 70 peasants.
Okay, and he's there. There's a ring around the Vorox, but they're trying to press in on the rest of the party.
Oh boy.
Everybody's asking for alms and food, and
Is there any reaction to me directing them to the member of the clergy?
oh yeah, it's about 30 or 40 are heading for him.
Good.
At least until he gives a blast with a flame gun as they approach. And then suddenly everybody is clearing out.
All of a sudden.
But not in response to the flame gun.
Oh no, once he lets off with the flame gun, all of them flee, everybody.
Oh, so it is in response to that. Okay.
Yeah. The instant they realize that he's with Temple of Vesti, everybody runs.
Nice.
Nobody wants an Inquisitor among them.
Oh,
Even it's among wet cardboard.
Yeah, even they're trying to pick up their wet cardboard and move it, honestly.
thank you very much, Father Dominic.
He scowls at you. You people are not off the hook yet. I'm sure y'all have done something. I'm just not sure what.
No, you're absolutely right.
I'm afraid, Father, you will have to get in line. There is a deaconess that we are answerable to before you.
But you're all answerable to the Pancreator before her.
That's true, and presently, she speaks for the Pancreator, then you.
If you believe that, I greatly pity the state of your soul.
Gentlemen, there is enough Pancreator for all of us. There's no need to fight over him.
Father Demos almost chokes over that comment. He looks like he's going to go into an epileptic shock. Just, his face is going red.
Would this be a scenario in the edition where there's some sort of contest between opposed traits or something, or
Or it might be hopeless
it sounds like
to
he's
begin
trying
with.
to intimidate us, right?
He is, and I can make a roll on that.
Normally I wouldn't bother, but considering we're testing the edition,
Yes. Let me find it. I usually prefer to role play stuff like that. But...
Absolutely fair. Servan is probably going to be using a thing in opposition to this intimidation check. I gotta check it first.
Probably will and...
No, I think he's saying that he has something specific for.
No, I mean those of us who don't.
Yeah. Well, I was looking for the state he's trying to impose and what happens if he gets it.
Probably impress, right?
Well,
Yeah, for him, impress.
yeah, let me find the states.
Okay.
Okay.
I believe you would
state.
find them under the traits PDF.
Yeah, I've got it.
Okay.
What is the VP well, as opposed to one's own cache?
That's
is-
where the VP come from. It's unlimited.
Yeah.
Oh,
In other words, if something says that you draw VP from the well instead of from your cache, it means you don't have to spend your banked VP. You just spend, like, you're the feds and you're making
Yeah.
money.
well, this is fantastic then.
Okay, I think he is going for daunted, which would be you are wary of your influencer and suffer a -2 goal for any attacks against them. And your coercion influence attempts against them are unfavorable.
Yes, fantastic. Servan is going to use Imperious.
Okay.
That is, once per scene, you can spend a secondary action to assume a regal bearing and imperious mien to shield yourself from a single influence attempt or occult power. You spend VP to boost your mind or spirit resistance, but you draw the VP from the well up to a limit of 5 plus your level. So that's 6 VP, boosting
Okay.
whichever of those two resistances this is against.
Which resistances were they?
Mind or spirit. I'm not sure which.
Mind.
Mind? Okay. In that case,
Yes.
how many? Is it 2 VP per point of resistance?
Yes.
Okay, so that means that
All
Sir
the
Vaughn's mind resistance for this will be 4.
well, it doesn't matter because apparently you all think he is hilarious.
Sir Vaughn thinks that the Deaconess is scarier.
Yeah. Okay. that's fine.
It doesn't
That's the
come into play
polite way
right
of
now.
saying it.
It doesn't come into play right now, but in these kinds of situations, because Maven is a yeoman, he has the independent perk, and basically that's you are free from the constraints imposed on most members of society. Benefits once per scene you may exert your freedom from control, whether it's an influence action or an occult power. You spend VP to increase your mind or spirit resistance, but you draw this VP from the well instead of from your own cache, up to a limit of 5 plus your level.
Sounds the
For
same
example,
as
at third level, you
Sounds
can
like the
draw
same
2
thing
VP.
that Sir Vaughn had.
with a different name.
Is it really exactly the same? I feel like Imperious does different stuff.
It is exactly the same mechanic.
The mechanic is the same. The role playing would be different.
Yes.
Okay.
But it doesn't matter because he failed his attempt to intimidate y'all.
No.
He needed a 13 and got a 15, so.
I look at him, and according to the records of the fallen from Mantius, the Empyrean grace shines on the valorous soul who faces evil armored with the sword of the Pancreator. His body may suffer mightily, but his soul will rise, the higher for it.
Make an intimidation roll against him.
Okay. That'll be impress and strength, right?
Yes.
It'll be a 13. Where's my cheat sheet? Oh, there you go. No,
Okay.
By the
we're
way,
both
Blaine,
clowns.
did you post the stream?
Yes, I did.
Ah, okay.
All right. He retorts with, while that may be true, the soul that is clouded already cannot shine. Are you sure of the state of your souls?
Of course, Father. I attend confession regularly.
Well, by all means, continue your investigation. I look forward to finding my quarry. And he stalks off a little further away from y'all.
Makes my skin crawl.
Then I'm doing him right.
That man can have whatever is left of these three that he wishes after the deaconess is done with them. No other option would be acceptable.
I hope he's not referring to the other three in his group.
No, he's referring.
I know.
He's referring to the three people that we're getting, because one of them is an antinomist. Servan doesn't know.
I know.
He doesn't really care.
I'm making a joke. That there are also other three that...
He observed it to these three, so referring to
Yes.
those three would be obviously a different group of people.
Obviously, I made the deaconess scary enough.
Oh yeah, no, she's good.
Okay. With people clearing out, you can see the remains of some Second Republic buildings kind of in the center. A crumbling ruin type, and you can probably guess that is where the entrance is going to be. Father Demas is...
Noela and his greedy paws are beginning to be excited.
Father Demas is, skulking a ways away now. He's not following on your heels.
Hopefully, he doesn't have boots.
And it looks like the slum has moved itself approximately 30 or 40 yards further away from y'all. And they're still trying to get further away.
Well, at least he was good for something, Maven mutters.
As always, entertainment value.
So I guess we're heading to the building, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I think the members of the church or the nobility should lead us.
Okay, so who is going to take the lead on this?
I guess I will.
Okay. The buildings are very ramshackle. They are, even for Second Republic, Second Republic buildings usually hold up pretty well, but these are not doing well. Actually, part of it looks Second Republic and part of it looks Diaspora. Is there anybody in the party that would know the difference?
Who possibly have?
Well, I'm sure that with a tech of 6, that might become clear. Certainly to know Alani it would be clear, and I think to Maven it would be clear as well.
Well, it's not so much tech as design features.
Well, you were mentioning eras, which have to do with the technology used at the time, so that's why I thought of tech. So, like the Diaspora era
Yeah.
was an earlier tech era than the Second Republic era. So,
Well, I was referring more to architectural styles because some Diaspora architectural style survived into Second Republic design.
Nah, Nolan is not that interested in
Okay.
architecture.
well, Maven does have history.
That might that
It's a,
that
it's a capability.
yeah. Yeah, okay.
He
You
also
would
probably knows about architecture in general, given that he tends to specifically try and find weak points in architecture.
okay. Maven would probably recognize that uh it is Diaspora era architecture, and that there did tend to be a fairly significant underground uh, structure on Byzantium at that time. You know, originally this would have been a very high class area, and they would build a little bit on top, you know, with gardens and such. But most of the work areas would be underground, so as not to spoil, you know, the scenery.
All right. Well, he'll relate that to the group.
Do you think they're inside, like a bunker or a basement?
It's possible that there may be an underground basement.
That's no, that was supposed to be less than 12. Um, as y'all are poking around, something grabs Brother Ulysses' leg,
Underwater.
and a
Or
decaying body rises up from the water.
husks.
3 more around y'all are rising.
I draw my gun.
I draw my
Okay.
sword.
All right, let me remember initiative in 4th edition because I don't think we've had a fight yet.
Nope.
We really need an index.
Actually, I added one to my books, to my copy.
Okay, does anybody have any kind of initiative edge?
Not for regular combat, no.
Let
Okay.
me see.
Since
No, I
brother
don't.
since brother Ulysses was acting as the troop leader at the moment, he decides who goes first. After that person goes, that person decides who goes next, and so on. And the DM can interrupt at any point, giving a victory point to the person he interrupts to allow the NPCs to go.
And there's 3 of these things?
4.
4.
One had brother battle, and 3 others were had hold of the brother battle, and the other 3 were rising.
Okay. I'll go with Servon then, because I believe the Vorks, with his hunting
Blade.
instinct, would be first.
Okay.
Meaning before you act, or
Before I act, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
He goes first.
Yeah, the leader of the party decides who goes first. Even if it's not himself. So what will Servon do?
Okay. Servon is going to push forward and strike at the husk that grabbed Brother Ulysses.
Okay.
So
Make
that
an attack.
is dexterity melee.
Yes.
Okay. And excuse me. All right, that's tech level. That'll be a miss.
Oh, yes. That was definitely a miss. Brother Ulysses felt the swish of that sword.
Got a new haircut?
Who are you nominating for next in order?
I'm going to hand this one off to, let's see, who has a gun? Maven has a gun, right?
Maven does have a gun, although honestly, Maven's probably going to try to get to higher ground before he starts firing.
Okay, well then your action would be to move toward higher
Yep.
ground, and you would
I'm
nominate the next.
gonna hand it off to
person.
Maven.
Okay.
All right. Well, Maven will bark quickly. We need to get to higher ground, and hit it. What is the nearest thing that he can try and scale up?
One of the ruined buildings, actually.
All right, that's what he'll do. I forget, how do the actions work? You get a movement action, and then you get a.
You get a move, and well, you have a move plus another action, which could be another move.
I think he's going to use both actions this turn to do a
Okay.
double move. So yeah, he's going to try and scale up there, and he's urging the others to do the same. At least while maybe one or two hold them off or something. I don't know.
Do you have any kind of climbing skill?
Let's see. That's vigor.
Yeah, that'd be vigor.
And that would be dexterity and
Dexterity.
vigor.
Because this is a crumbling building and it
Right.
is
It's
wet.
Right. It's not like there's like stairs. So.
All right, and you're in combat, so.
Right. Exactly. So you need me to roll?
Yes.
Okay. So,
difficulty is 4.
Okay.
Or resistance is 4.
Yeah, I knew what you meant.
Well, since we're
Right.
doing this, we need to do it accurately. Okay.
Okay. Well, I will.
You will
spend
definitely
the 4,
climb it. Yep.
And I'll spend the next 3 on. Oh, actually, I can keep the next 3 until the end of the turn. So yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
All right.
In my what do you call it? In my cash.
Yeah. Who are you nominating next?
Well, I think there's only one person left, right? Which would be.
No, Apprentice Ulysses still.
Oh yeah, that's right. He never went. Well, then Apprentice Ulysses, I'm nominating next.
Okay then. I'll spend my only VP points that I do have on doing a Mantalk maneuver.
Okay.
Right. So I can get +2 to my goal for fighting skill action.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm just gonna sort of grab dust that grabbed my hand and just do a sort of fall on him and just bash him with my elbow.
Okay.
By the way,
so
if anybody should need it, don't forget that we do have 2 weird in our group coffer, our troop coffer.
Mm-hmm.
And I think 1 VP in the troop coffer as well, if I'm not mistaken.
That sounds right, yes.
Okay. Can we write on the Roll20 so that we can write that on so we can remember? So it's weird.
Sure, go for it.
It's 2, right?
Yes, those came both of those came from Noelani.
And... Oh, I had 3 recorded.
I think the 3rd one is in Noelani's own coffer, or not coffer, cash. Bank, yeah. Adi, do you remember if that coincides with what? Okay.
Yeah, that's what I remember.
All right.
Okay. Very well. And okay, so I'll do a roll for 17 then.
Okay.
There you go.
Nicely hit. Roll your damage.
What's the damage for physical combat? I didn't wrote it down.
I think that's going to be in the. You're doing martial arts or?
Martial arts, yes. Let me find it here.
I guess pull up the rules PDF.
Was that rules or traits?
Damage.
I don't know.
I've got both open, so let me see if I can find them.
They really should have had an index. For the PDFs, I mean.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure the books that are coming out now will have.
Oh, definitely. I just meant for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Here is base damage. Does it list? Okay, physical combat. Combat maneuvers. Combat maneuvers. See traits. Okay. Now I just gotta find it in traits.
I guess that's going to be fight.
Well, it said combat maneuvers. See trait.
I know. I'm saying like that's going to be the trait. I'm thinking that you would look at.
Well, I was thinking.
Okay, I'm looking at fight. This is impact.
Sorry for choosing such a hard.
No problem.
It's not a problem. It's just we gotta find it.
One base dam. No, just a sec. No, that's.
Oh, do you have Mad Talk?
No, that's Counter Strike.
Felipe,
There
do
is
you have Mad Talk?
block.
Yes, I do have man talk.
Counter-Strike, grapple.
Okay. Hold on. I've
Impact. Impact.
No,
It's
here's Montauk. Here's Montauk. It's on
Yeah,
page 178.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but the fighting, inflict one base damage. That's grapple. Strike. Okay. Two base damage.
Yes, 2 base plus 1 for extra victory points if you want to spend on it.
And remember, with VP, usually it's a good idea to save some for defense because you're probably going to be attacked in the same round.
Correct. So I got an 8. So I got
4
And what
left
did you
over.
spend? And what did you spend the VP on?
I had one. I had
gold.
one. So I made this action for my goal to rise.
Oh, you increased the accuracy. Okay.
Yes. And now I am spending 2 on extra damage.
Okay.
So I have 2 for defense.
So that'll be 4 points of damage to the husk.
Damage, isn't it just 1?
Hmm?
Damage is 2 for 1, I believe.
Oh, I think you're right.
Oh yeah, okay. So that's 6 points of damage to the husk.
Because they don't have armor, so that's why there's
Yeah.
no resistance. So
Right, which completely squashes the husk head.
So he elbowed him?
Yeah.
Okay.
He dropped on him with his elbow and pretty much busted him.
Does that mean he's prone, or did he just sort of?
I just dropped to the floor with the elbow, just went down.
So you are prone then? Okay.
Yes.
Oh,
Leave
maybe
my
on a
cause
knee.
blessed blanket punctuator with those who strive with me. Fight against them that fight against me.
Yeah, just delivered the
How many?
pancreator's elbow.
Okay, so that's going to leave Noelani.
Okay. Noelani is using. Will actually shoot one of them.
Okay.
One of the husks, the one closest to her, with her blaster. With her laser bracer, she'll she'll invest 1 VP to improve her accuracy
Okay.
by 2.
By the way, I believe everyone does get a move action separately from their
Yes.
main action.
70.
So if you wanted to move somewhere,
Okay, that's
It's a short
7.
move. It's not a full move. Okay. Well, that will give
And
you 5 victory points after the 2 resistance that it has.
okay, so it's a laser. I don't know if it matters, but it's a laser, and it's got 5 damage.
that's going to be in technology to see if it has any extra.
No, it's in Husks probably. But
No, it doesn't have any extra specials against the husk, no.
okay, so
Well, not wet husk anyway. A dry husk might catch on fire.
okay, 5 plus I have an extra. How many points?
You had 5 extra.
5 extra. Okay, I'll invest an extra 2 of them.
Okay,
Go
you cut a
6
husk
damage.
in half.
So
Okay.
every 2 VP raises the damage by 1, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay.
So what you see is Noelani's raising her wrist, and from the underside of her bracer, laser beam comes out and strikes the husk.
The other
And
2 attempt to attack Servon. Well, one attempts to hit Servon, but can't quite get on him. What?
It's leather, right?
Yes. The other one is climbing up Servon and does 3 points of damage with his claws while climbing.
Ow.
I think you have the option to dodge. You can abort
or
to a
you
dodge.
or use VP if you have any remaining to increase your resistance.
Well,
I only have
what
one.
aborting to dodge? What aborting to dodge does is it allows you to make a dodge roll, and you can use the VP from that to
But
increase.
you have to go last next round.
Yes.
What is dodge rolled with?
I think I believe that's vigor and dexterity.
That sounds right.
Let me look it up to be sure.
Unless there's an actual dodge skill, which I don't remember.
There is not a dodge skill any longer. So
Yeah, I was gonna
climb,
say, I didn't remember.
evade is an option. Ready, right, let's see. Defense. Where is abort to dodge?
It's under rules.
Okay, I guess that's where it is.
Um,
Huh. I'm not finding the word abort in the rules.
okay, whenever you are attacked, you can make a defense action even if it's not your turn in the round. If you've already taken a turn that round, you can perform a defense action reflexively, although you lose your primary action in the next round. The defense action is to make a response to an attack. There's no need to
There it
defend anything.
is. Right. So, so
Okay.
it is vigor plus dexterity or intuition, but I think Vaughn would probably use dexterity.
Yes.
Just so, yes. Okay. Vaughn is going to use beginner's luck.
Okay.
You can convince yourself that you can succeed with something on the first try, even if you've never done it before. You will make it. This will work out. Just don't worry too much about it. Once per scene, you can raise your ranks in any skill, even a restricted skill, for a single roll by an amount equal to your faith, intuition, or wits ranks, whichever is highest. For Vaughn, that is wits, which is 7. So he'll be at Dex 3, Vigor 3, plus 7 for this roll.
13?
17.
17. Wits 3, Dex 3.
Whoops.
Ooh.
I forgot about leaving modifiers in my macro this go around. But yeah, it is 7 plus 3 is 10, plus 7 is 17.
Okay.
Nice. Well, you definitely don't need all those VPs, or you get a.
I'm gonna go ahead and fill up my bank.
Yeah, he actually has 5 VP left over after defending against the successes the Husks got.
How much does he need to increase his resistance enough to resist the damage? It's a
3.
Well, the
3 of those.
dodge. I thought a dodge was just not to be attacked.
nope. It's
Increases-
increasing your resistance is what it does.
Okay.
It doesn't work the way it used to.
All right. Let me look. Okay.
Yeah,
It increases your armor, basically.
right. So, well, it's not
Well, I mean,
necessarily your armor. It's your resistance. Your resistance can be anything you choose it to be. It's your
well,
body
what I'm
resistance.
trying to figure out is whether.
Look, the impact is you gain VP. These can be spent or banked like any VP. Usually the goal of a
Yes.
dodge action is gaining VP to spend on increasing your body resistance so you
That's
can
right, because you
completely
can
avoid
actually
the
spin it
attack
on.
you're reacting to. Technically, though, you don't have to make this choice. You could bank the VP gained on the roll and use it later for some other action. In this instance, your dodge doesn't have to be viewed strictly as bobbing and weaving out of the way of a punch. It could be a pause to recoup your strength, gather your will, or psych yourself up for the next flurry. The dodge maneuver is a default defense action that applies against all physical attacks. There are a number of other defense actions that can be employed when their preconditions are met. You can perform a fight skill block against a fist strike, a melee skill parry against a sword strike, or a vigor skill evade against a gunshot. See skills in Chapter 3 traits for these maneuvers descriptions.
Okay, so what was your resistance to start with?
2.
2.
And what was the damage that you did with the 11? Because I think it's every 2 is an extra damage.
Well, no. If he ups his resistance, then I have to use the VPs from that 11 to overcome the damage, the resistance.
That's exactly what I'm saying. So, like,
So I can't do the damage yet until I know how much he's upping his resistance.
so the resistance comes first, and then the person attacking gets to decide how much damage they're doing? Or I thought that the damage dealer has to declare the damage first, and then you.
I just need to know how many VP, like, is it always period VP going into resistance is 2 VP per point?
No, that's 1 VP per point.
Yeah.
Okay, here it's 1.
Victory points into resistance is 1 to 1.
Right, it's harder to do damage than to resist damage.
Okay. In that case, I will use 9 of them to raise the body resistance to 11.
And he does not hit you then. He is not.
Yes.
He's not climbing up you yet.
No.
So you have 5 victory points remaining.
Actually, it's 7. But
7. Okay, that's right.
I will bank 5 of those because I believe at this point my bank is empty.
Really? Huh.
Doesn't it clear out at the end of a scene?
It does not.
No.
Oh,
It
I
does
thought it
not.
did. Okay, in that case, I
No,
can only
you're
bank
thinking
4
of
of
your
them.
you're thinking of your cash.
Okay.
The cash
Yeah,
is what empties at the end of the scene. The bank is permanent.
There's no space for a cash on the sheet, so I didn't think it existed.
There's not. So it's just the cash is what you have on hand until your next action.
Okay.
Right.
I had 9. I can
Right.
put 4 of those in the bank to refill the bank to full, which means I get to hold 5 until my next action.
Right.
Got it.
I'm going to use the 3 that I had left over from my success to increase my next action goal by 3,
Okay.
whatever that may be.
So we're
And
starting the. Okay.
not yet. I have the 3 I have left, or actually, I have 4 left. One of them goes to refill my bank, and the other 3 goes to adding another weird point to the troop coffer.
Okay.
Oh, nice. So now we have 3 troop coffer, 3 weird, and 1 VP.
Pretty impressive. Y'all made it this far, and this is the first combat.
Yeah.
Hey, we're a bunch of
Talkers, not.
peaceful lovers.
And we're learning it on the fly. We're so
Okay.
unprepared for these rules. We don't know what we're doing.
Next action. Next round. Princess Ulysses still is in charge, so he gets to pick who goes first.
I'll go for Noelani because she's good with her laser.
Okay.
Okay. Noelani shoots the next closest husk. She again spends 1 point to raise her aim by 2.
Okay. Oh yeah, definitely hit that one.
And she'll use, let's say, 4 points to increase damage.
Okay.
Meaning plus 2 damage.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
7 total.
Which slices another husk in half.
And refill 1 into her bank and holds the other 5 plus. Somebody do the math? 8. It's 5 a.m.
No, I don't fault you at all. I'm laughing because there is so much math.
Mhm.
So you used
It's
4 to increase the
yeah,
damage.
it's
Yes, that
5.
brought it down to 9.
How much resistance did the thing have in the first
2.
place?
2.
Okay, so you use 2 to overcome the resistance, 4 to increase the damage, and then
That leaves 7.
that
No,
leaves 7.
it's not to overcome the resistance. It's the damage is versus the resistance, isn't it? Or
No,
No,
you have to overcome the resistance
Yeah,
before you can.
your victory
yeah,
points have
yeah.
to overcome their resistance, and then you have your damage.
Okay.
Right.
So that was 6 right there out of the 13, which leaves 7. How many went into your
And
bank?
1.
So then that leaves you with
6.
6. And what are you doing with the remaining 6?
I can't do the weird point more than once per scene. So
Oh, well, does that cost VP?
yeah, I convert 3 VP to 1 weird point.
Oh, that's right. You converted the VP that you scored last time. Is what
Yeah.
you did. Okay.
So
Okay.
I have 6 just in case,
In case you get attacked or
or to improve my actions or whatever.
Yeah, well, you can make that decision at the end of the round before the next round.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, actually, anytime before his action next round.
Right. I'm just saying, like, if he wants to hold
Yeah.
on to it in case he needs it to dodge or who knows what,
Okay.
he doesn't
No
have
problem.
to decide until.
Okay, so who is Noelani selecting to go next?
Sir Vaughn, I think.
Okay.
Does he go last?
No,
do you go
actually,
last when you
he
will
can't.
board?
Servan is last.
Okay,
Okay.
in that case,
I thought
Apprentice Ulysses.
Okay. Ulysses is going to get 1 victory point as the DM interrupts and the husk launches itself at Noelani.
I already shot the one closest to me.
Yes,
Is
the
it?
other one.
Okay, no problem.
You've destroyed two husks so far. It thinks you're a threat.
Oh, I thought
I'm
we
not
destroyed 3.
Okay, no, Noelani destroyed 2.
Oh, okay. That's what you meant
Brother
by.
Ulysses destroyed 1. And I
Sometimes
don't.
when you say you, I think you're talking about the whole party.
Yeah.
So.
The husk doesn't come anywhere close to Noelani.
He falls into the water.
Yes.
Bad
it,
Husk, you don't
it-
attack Noelani.
it slipped on other husk pieces in the water and tripped. So now we go to Apprentice Ulysses.
Finish it.
Okay. Okay, so I'll raise up and I'll do like an uppercut on him. And there you go.
Okay.
And I'll spend 2 VP for extra damage for my cash.
Actually, since your brother battle and you didn't spend VP to improve your aim this round, you can spend 1 VP to improve your just a second, to improve your damage, and it's 1 VP because you're
Right.
man
Normally it's
cross
2, but because you're
adept, you get you can ignore. Can either ignore 2 ranks of single opponent's body resistance or plus
Okay.
1 damage. You spend 1 VP and get 1 damage just one time. The
this
first.
thing is gonna be so smushed
Oh,
regardless.
okay.
Does so.
Doing an
Fair enough.
uppercut,
Fair enough.
Ulysses basically pops the husk head off and launches it across the square.
God.
Sure, Duke.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Well, seeing as all the Husks have been defeated, Maven's going to use his action to do a perception check, if that's okay.
Okay.
Oh, and in this situation, hold on a second. This time I'm not going to forget. So I have the right, exactly. Show you. I hold on while I look at my sheet here. I've got. Okay, I have the alert blessing, which is +2 perception in unfamiliar environments. Does this qualify?
Yes,
Okay.
most definitely.
Okay. And I also have the spotter perk. Let me look up that. For once, I'm not going to forget this thing. I've forgotten it every other time that, that I've done it. Because you're always on the lookout, enemies struggle to surprise you. Benefits your observe, spot, and search and intrusion scope rolls to detect traps, ambushes, and pretty much any surprise reveal are favorable. Additionally, you may use your intuition for such things to improve your own traps and ambushes. Your sneak skill rolls to hide and camouflage yourself for nearby allies are favorable. Okay, so it just makes it favorable. So
Okay.
that's going to be. I'll just roll twice. Wow. I guess I'll take the 13.
There have been a lot.
I forgot. I increased the accuracy last time on my next roll by 3.
Yep.
So
So 19 would be successful.
So actually my goal is 21. And the funny thing about that is there's that rule about excessive goal numbers. Every time anything you have above 20
Becomes an automatic victory point.
becomes an automatic victory point. So I add 1 victory point to the 19. So that's 20
Okay.
victory points.
Well,
Wow.
you needed 6 resistance to find. To need to be 6 resistance to find what you were looking for. There
All right.
is up here where you're at what looks like an elevator shaft going down, and it is booby trapped.
Okay, well, I'm going to use the 6 of the 20 VP that I just scored to overcome the resistance.
Right, so you have
And then
14 left.
I'm going to use the 14. My bank is actually full right now, so I'm going to use the 14 for a plus 14 to my next action because
Okay.
I can't bank it. So, and I'm going to point over at the elevator shaft that I just noticed and say, looks like that's our ticket, but hold on a second. Looks like it might be trapped. let me check it out first. He holsters his gun and can I just get down safely from this thing?
Yes.
Okay. Hops down.
All right, folks. I want to point something out here because I've been looking through the rules for it. Giving up your action next turn to defend does not put you at the end of the initiative order on the next turn. It just costs you your primary action the next round.
Ah.
There is a defensive thing that does put you last in the initiative order, and that's if you take the riposte action, where your action goes off last. You are intentionally, fighting defensively, and if somebody attacks you, you get to attack them back.
Okay.
And that bumps you to last in the initiative for the current round. So, Good news is basically that, effectively losing your primary action the next round is likely to make you go last because you don't really have much to do except move. But it doesn't require that you go there.
All right. Oh, sorry about that.
Also,
It is our first combat.
it sure is.
Yeah. We're going to stumble through a lot of this, I'm sure. So anyway, Maven had alerted everybody else, but before I just go ahead and do more things, I'm going to let other people respond, react, do whatever they want to do.
How's the Inquisitor? Is he being attacked at all?
He was actually standing back waiting to see what was going to happen to y'all.
Okay.
It doesn't look like there were any Husks outside of this little area.
Did Maven arrive safely at the next level? Okay.
Well, he got down.
Yeah, I haven't gone to the elevator shaft yet. I've hopped down from my vantage point.
He was waiting to see what the rest of y'all were going to do while he was considering what to do with the bomb.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's a bomb? I thought that. Okay, I didn't realize.
Well, it is trapped, and with your perception, you notice that it is a bomb trap.
Okay, cool.
As an explosive trap, let's put it that way.
So this means I don't have to detect traps then, or whatever the thing is.
With that perception roll, no, you don't.
20 VP. It's not a crit, but it almost might as well be. So
I'll get my lantern and flush it down just for you guys so you can see better.
Actually, you needed a 19 or less, and you rolled a 19.
No, because I had boosted my thing by 3, and my goal was 18.
Okay.
So so my goal became a 21, and then because it was 21, it's 1 extra VP. So yeah.
Okay. Oh. All right.
I'm glad it happened on that, honestly. Rather than something lame. So.
Servant speaks up and says, if there is a trap, couldn't you just throw one of these, whatever these corpses are, and set it off?
You really want me to set off a bomb?
Oh, it's a bomb.
An elevator shaft?
That might be less than ideal.
He nods and proceeds. So now I'm going to the was it security? Yeah. No, intrusion. I think. Yeah, it's intrusion. So this is going to be. I'm looking under the different actions under intrusion. So I don't need to do the scope because that basically was the scope. So I guess it's going to be. Where's like disable traps or something like that? There's design security. Oh, your ability to get past. No, there's design security. There's pick lock. There's scope.
I don't remember seeing one that was specifically disarm traps.
Because
What about finding traps? Does it have anything about
that's
disabling?
scope is the action you take to find a trap. That's under intrusion. You can assess a location for its security, figure out what systems, if any, are in place, deduce where their weaknesses might be, suss out traps, hidden pitfalls, nets, force field cages, etc.
Okay, I'm going to say the same thing that lets you find traps will allow you to try to disarm traps.
Okay. Except, I guess, probably dexterity instead of perception this time.
Yes.
Okay. So I already raised the thing by 14.
Yeah.
So dexterity plus intrusion. So 16 plus 14, so 30. I'm rolling 1d20 with a goal of less than 30.
Yes. But don't get a 20.
I don't want to get a 20. Please don't get a 20. Okay. Oh,
Come on,
and
20.
no. And let me see if I forget. Does the spotter say anything about disarming traps? Or oh no, wait. I have intruder. That's a different perk. Hold on a second. Look up intruder. Locks are adorable ways of slowing you down, but they don't keep you out of places you want to be. Intrusion rules related to opening locks or cracking codes are favorable. Okay, I don't think this applies to traps. So, okay. Darn. All right, so here we go. Watch it be like a
you
crappy.
have enough bonuses on this already.
I just said watch it be a really crappy low roll. Okay, but since it's a 30, that's plus 10 VP to the thing, so it becomes
Well, you needed 6 to disarm it.
okay. So I got 14 because 4 plus the 10 that's over the 20.
Yes.
So I'll use the 6 to disarm the bomb, and the 8 I will use for a bonus to my next thing.
Okay.
Okay, so I
The-
guess yeah.
The elevator shaft descends into darkness.
Okay, he gets out. He reaches into his bag and pulls out. But by the way, he's making sure that he's not in sight of the Vestite when he's doing this,
Okay.
because he's now inside the. What is he actually inside? He's inside like a. He's not in the shaft. He's right. He's
No, the shaft was actually inside the building.
Okay, so he's inside the
It's
building.
just when you were up on the roof, you could see where the machinery for the, you could see like down through it.
Exactly. Okay, so he's going to get out his Spectra goggles. These are like tactical-looking goggles that he puts on,
Mm-hmm.
and he switches them on and uses the. See, I guess is it going to be ultraviolet to see in darkness, or is it pitch darkness? Right. So
Yeah.
infrared then, and he'll use the times 10 magnification to zoom in infrared.
Well, you run into a problem that the shaft is cold.
Mm.
There is no heat source coming from this shaft.
So there's nothing to see, and ultraviolet doesn't help because there's no light whatsoever down there.
Right.
So Maven flips up or slides up the goggles. He looks over at Servan, says, "Servan, can you sniff out anything down there?"
Well, I can try. He heads over to, as Maven suggested, give it a sniff.
Okay.
Nobody can actually see in darkness, right?
Right.
Okay.
Noticing how incredibly dark it is, Servan has his little floating light that is named Aziz provide some light down the elevator shaft.
Oh, can it go down, by the way, or does it have to stay with him?
It stays with him, but it can also just, send light down there.
Right. I was just wondering if it could almost act like a scout and like go down. 'Cause it
Probably not.
floats.
I'm pretty
Okay.
sure it just
No.
stays near him. I don't think it's that smart.
Okay.
The light penetrates about 300 feet.
Nice.
There's a ladder on the side going down that you don't penetrate all the way to the bottom.
Jesus.
But there is a ladder. Okay.
Yes.
So it's not like we need to use ropes or something. Although I
You know,
think we have.
the emergency ladder.
Well, yeah, obviously. So anybody else doing anything?
I'm letting the big guys go first.
Okay.
The big guys.
You
Okay.
do notice that there is water falling down into the shaft. The building is flooded, and once the shaft is open, water is pouring down to wherever.
How
Wherever this
difficult
goes.
did it look like the bomb that I just disarmed? How sophisticated was that? How skillful would someone have needed to be to set that up?
Well, that comes in two questions there, because the bomb does not look like setting it would be that difficult.
But the trigger mechanism.
Well, actually, your guess is that somebody built the bomb, and that was difficult. But then placing the bomb and setting the trigger was not difficult.
Okay. By the way, he'll hand that thing to Noelani. the
Okay.
bomb now that it's maybe you can find a use for this, like deconstruct it, use whatever component she wants, because being an engineer and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Okay. Noelani will just separate the triggering mechanism from the explosive itself.
Okay, you need to make a tech and redemption roll on that.
Okay.
is that is that a skill? I forget. Is tech redemption
Tech
still-
redemption? Yeah.
Okay.
Tech redemption and wits, probably.
Yes.
Sometimes I get confused now on what skills and what's capabilities.
Yes. I do too.
15, and I'll add 3
Okay.
from my, or actually I'll add 4 from my bank to the skill. So
We still haven't used our weird.
good.
I know. Well, you're saving it for when we
that's
really need it.
19.
Exactly.
20 less than 19.
Nice.
Okay, you managed to disarm the bomb completely.
Whereas all I had
Maven-
done is disarming the triggering mechanism.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
I didn't actually mess with the bomb itself. Okay.
Right. The bomb was still explodable after you had taken care of it.
I figured that might have been the case. Hence,
It
let
is-
the engineer do it.
It is no longer explodable.
That's good. I like non-explodable bombs.
Yeah, I was waiting for somebody to put it in a pack and then later on during a fight.
Well, I mean, hey, it's throw it at the
That-
enemy and shoot it.
Or the enemy shoots you and it explodes.
No, you do that before they shoot you.
Somebody
Ah,
threw it at an enemy in a previous running of this adventure.
Oh wow! I'm guessing that didn't
Yeah.
go well. Under an elevator shaft.
Well, in a room further along, because usually the drowned towns really are a community.
Right.
Basically, they had their pretty dwellings up top, and then the town was below
Okay.
because they wanted to keep the top pretty.
Makes sense.
Well, assuming nobody else is going to do anything further, does that ladder look safe?
It's rusty and wet. It doesn't look like it's crumbling, but it is definitely rusty and wet.
So you're going to need to be careful holding on to it, but it's not going to come loose or anything. So,
Right.
okay. All right. Well, then do I need to make a roll to go down this ladder?
Yes.
Okay.
Dex and vigor.
Dex and vigor. All right. Well, I had the 8 that I had spent to increase my next action. So I can see how this becomes a pattern if you get the ball rolling.
Yep. Maven is
This is what he does.
Yeah, he seems to be leading a charmed life today.
He's in his element right now. This is
Yeah.
what he does. Okay, so that raises my goal from 16 to 24. Probably going to need it. Okay, so 7. What was the resistance?
6.
Okay. So so I got 4 for the overage over 20,
Mhm.
and I got 1 leftover VP after
Right.
clearing the resistance. So 5, I'm going to save that for the next thing that I do.
Everybody going down needs to make a Dex and vigor roll.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I actually had a group the first time I ran it that the last person critical failed and fell into the people climbing below him.
I'm glad you succeeded, Ulysses. Before anybody else rolls, just remember that if you're not sure if you can do this, you can accent in this system.
What's accenting here?
You spend the VP. Hold on, let me find the thing because I don't want to go from memory. I think that's in the rules, if I'm not mistaken. The rules accenting.
I can
Actually,
use the VP to raise the skill.
you can monkey with your goal rolls die result. The number that is rolled on the d20 by accenting the roll down. Accenting a roll downward improves the odds of coming in under your goal number and ensuring a success. The cost is that a reduced roll produces no VP, no matter what the die result was, and it cannot produce a critical hit, but the roll can still result in a critical miss. You can reduce after you have rolled the die and seen the result. This is a difference from the earlier edition.
Okay.
You must spend 2 VP per -1 applied to the roll result. If you needed a 10 and you rolled a 12, you must spend 4 VP to reduce the result to a 10. Expensive,
Okay.
yes, but it turns a miss into a success. So it's basically, this is what you would do if you decided not to use your VP to increase your accuracy and you wanted to risk it.
Okay, let's risk it.
Risk it meaning use the use an accuracy bonus? Okay.
No.
Oh, no, Alani.
And I accent it after the roll.
Okay.
Okay, so you didn't increase your accuracy.
No.
Okay. So
You would need 4
2
victory points to do that then.
Okay, I'll spend 4 victory points.
Right, because I think you were back to full, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spelled the 4 victory points, and I still have my 1 weird in my personal bank.
Okay.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So
Who
you don't
else
get
needs
any
to
VP
roll?
You don't get any
Wait,
VP
you said it
from
was
that roll.
Dex and Vigor, or is it Strength and Vigor?
Dex and Vigor.
Dex and vigor.
Strength and Vigor is for rapid climbing.
Rabbit climbing?
Rapid.
Sir Vaughn does not get enough successes.
Uh-oh.
Do you want to use your
I've got VP in the
VP2?
bank. What is the resistance?
6.
Okay.
So
I'll use 4 of my banked VP.
Okay, that still leaves you 2 short.
I rolled
does?
2.
Well, it was if you're using them after the fact, it's 2 per.
No, he's not accenting.
Oh.
He's just increasing his roll.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Accenting is
All
only downward, by the way.
All right, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, so yep, you have some trouble because of how slick the rungs are, but you do manage to. Everybody manages to get down.
Nice. All right. How far down does this go?
Approximately 500 feet.
The dear Lord.
You are standing in what looks like a workshop. There's old machinery. Um, there's bits of very corroded metal. Um,
I'm going to
and
keep my goggles on, by the way,
Mhm.
because even though Servan is using his Aziz orb for light, Maven is probably going to want to scout ahead of the group to where there's less light, so he can see things before we run into them.
um, off to one side is what looks like it was probably servants' quarters.
Okay.
And then there's another door that leads out to kind of an antechamber with a large archway.
Okay.
And standing at the bottom of the ladder, you have a fair amount of water falling on you.
Well, I'm going to
Okay.
step away from that.
While Noelani was climbing, she would take a little bit of grease and Noelani was the last one to climb down. No, it was Servan. Never mind. She wanted to put some grease on the ladder to help to speed the Avastite's way down.
That would speed his way down into Servan.
500 feet. 500
But
feet.
yeah, but no, she is not about to.
How deep is the water? Is it like knee deep or?
Actually, no. The water here is. It looks like it was actually dry down here until somebody first opened the door.
Oh,
Because
I
further out, you can see where there's still some dry patches in this room.
right. Because the only water that's falling is from the water that's trickling over the edge of the shaft.
Right.
Because it's inside a building, so it's not
Right.
like right. Okay, so all right. Well, the first thing I'm going to do is
That's for the Avestite climbing down.
Oh boy.
Noelani should have climbed last.
all right. Well, he's gonna hold out a hand, sort of gesturing for quiet to the group, and say, "Let me check it out before we go any further." He's gonna
Yeah.
scout up further ahead and scope out the area to see if there's any further booby traps.
Okay.
There's two directions that we have the option to go. Right. One is what was it again? There's
Looks like
Servants'
servants'
quarters?
quarters.
servants' quarters, and the other one was what?
There's an archway leading into a room. It goes into an antechamber that has a large archway.
Okay, well, he's just going to peek around the corner of that, but not go down it yet.
Okay. The archway actually looks like it opens into a rather large thoroughfare.
Oh, all right. And then he'll creep over to the servants' quarters. Is the door closed or is it open?
Okay, I lost you there.
I said he'll creep over to the servants' quarters next. And is the door open or closed?
Closed.
All right, he'll listen at the door.
He doesn't hear anything.
All right. He'll carefully test the lock.
It's not locked.
All right.
Briefly, while Maven is doing this, Servan had a chance to get at least one good scent from the bungalow that we found the blood and that book in, and so he is looking to see if he can find that again, if that person was here.
Make a observation roll.
Okay. Is it wits observe or perception observe?
This will be perception observe.
Oh, good. Can't find it.
Okay.
Unless you accent.
Not going to do that.
Okay. All right.
You can make another check later.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay. Go ahead.
the door was actually open. That's how you could tell it was like a servant's quarters area. It's a barracks,
Right.
multiple bunk bed style.
Okay. So it doesn't, nothing interesting in there, apparently.
Right.
All right. All right, then he'll go back to the archway and sort of wave the others to come behind him, but he's still keeping it sort of a distance ahead of them so that he can see anything before they are overheard.
Okay. This definitely looks like the main thoroughfare. You know, there were probably other buildings up top that came down into base sub areas and linked into it.
Okay.
There's like some old tables with chairs that are most, the metal parts are still there. You can make out that they were chairs and tables, and like an umbrella stand, and
Mm-hmm.
there's an old ground vehicle not too far away that no longer has tires, no longer has glass, but the frame
Right.
is still visible.
Okay.
I will allow Servon another check here to pick up that scent.
Still no.
Okay,
Sir Vaughn, I have noticed your cologne. Stop using it and maybe you'll be able to sniff better.
Actually, I was going to say there's such a smell of dankness and kind of that old stale air smell.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Siobhan is just kind of occasionally sniffing and then sneezing.
Okay. So
I wonder, does Sir Vaughn have a handkerchief with a scented handkerchief?
He might.
okay. I'm going to pause to listen to see if I can hear anything from up ahead. I'm guessing that's perception. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll it.
Okay. So I had used my 5 earlier to boost my next roll by +5. This is an unfamiliar environment, so there's the +2, and my spotter perk makes this favorable. So that's going to be a goal of 23. And I'll roll again. I'll take the 17 and the extra 3 for rolling over 20. So that's 20 victory points.
You needed 6.
So I'll use the 14 for my next thing. Okay.
You hear a very faint sound of chanting coming from somewhere down the boulevard.
Mm.
No.
Can I make out anything about the chanting?
No, it is too faint to make out anything other than you. There's a
Sound
very
Latin?
rhythm.
Okay. All right.
You can't make out the words. There's a very rhythmic kind of vocal sound that you can make out, but that's just about it.
Okay. Maven will backtrack to the rest of the group and say, I hear someone chanting up ahead. Couldn't make out what it was.
Yeah. I tell the Avastite, you heard that? There's somebody chanting up ahead.
Well,
We
he's
should go
not
check
down here yet.
He's behind
no.
us. He's following us, but he's not right behind us. So,
Yeah, I just went ahead and made the roll for him, but he hadn't gotten
Mm.
down here yet.
yeah, even with the crit, I imagine it's going to take a while to go 500 feet down. So,
Especially when he waited a little while before following.
yes.
I guess we have to check this.
Mhm.
And since it's chanting in the darkness,
Do you
we
want
found
to
the
proceed
book.
quiet? Do you want to proceed quietly, or do you want to?
I draw my sword. If they're chanting the wrong words, they'll end by the sword.
Maven nods, and then now that it looks like Ulysses is taking out his sword, he'll drop to further back in the group.
Okay. As y'all proceed down the boulevard, as you get closer, there's a large kind of domed building
Mm-hmm.
that the sound seems to be coming from, and you can see a little bit of light coming from the doorway.
Hmm.
And you can definitely hear now what sounds like chanting in Latin.
Do you understand what that is? Maven whispers.
Is it good Latin or bad Latin?
Bad Latin.
Okay. Since Ulysses is a brother battle and he has to fight evil, he will go. Well, he has to do what he has to do. He'll just kick in the door and say, "Repent, sinners!" And there you go.
He's not going to wait to explain what he's hearing in the
No,
chat.
no,
Okay.
no.
Okay.
Oh,
You kick in the door.
Draw my gun.
This looks like at some point it was a library. And in the center of the large dome area, there has been inscribed an 8-pointed star. There is an altar set up. There's several electric lights set up around the altar, but there's also candles. There are 6 husks standing in a circle around the outside of this area. In the center, on the altar, tied up, is Lady Tiffany. Standing over her with a kris. Everybody knows what a kris is, correct?
I don't.
The wavy bladed dagger.
Ah.
Oh, okay.
Standing over her with a kris is Sir Doyle Hawkwood.
I knew it.
Yep.
Sir Reginald von Clockwood is tied up off to the side.
Did you say Von Clockwood?
Yes,
Did. No, it's cool. It's cool.
Can we keep that, please?
Sure.
No, it's been Sir Reginald von Clock the whole time. This is just fun.
Yes.
No, Von Clockwood.
Oh. Excuse me. Yes.
That is beautiful.
We needed the good laugh.
I'm sorry. I was so distracted by the fact that you said Von Clockwood. I missed the rest of what you said. He was what?
He's tied up to the side.
Okay.
And still bleeding just a little bit from a wound to the gut.
Ooh.
The Sir Doyle stops chanting as he hears Brother Lucy's. Turns and says, more distractions.
How many husks? 8?
6.
6. Ugh. Well, we have an Avestite not far behind us.
As if this fool here weren't enough. Doesn't matter. You will not stop me in this. Attack! And the Husks start shambling towards y'all.
Guessing it's Ulysses first.
Yep, Ulysses is kind of leading the charge, so he will get to choose who goes first.
Well, I'll go first.
Actually, I was going to say Ulysses is the only one actually in there. He charged ahead, and the rest of y'all had to jog to keep up, it looked like.
Well, I mean, we saw the door, so yeah. We're probably at short range, I imagine, whereas he's right there.
Yes.
So. Oh, but it's a doorway. So how big is the doorway? It's probably we'd risk shooting him.
You could get 2 people abreast through it.
Are we going to be able to shoot through without hitting him, or is that going to be difficult?
Difficult.
Ugh.
You need to get into the room.
Okay, so I'll go first. Sword in hand, and let's chop some
Roll him.
husks. So it's dex and melee. Where's my melee? Okay, there you go. There you go.
Okay, you will definitely hit that first Husk. With 7 victory points left over.
Well, damage for the sword, it's 6. And I do get +1 goal when I fall fighting against foe of the church, but doesn't matter. So I do 6 damage. Does it?
You cleave one in half.
Oh, there you go.
However, the upper half is still clawing at you. Who are you nominating next?
I'll go for Noelani.
Okay, Noelani, you get 1 victory point as the GM interrupts, and 3 of the Husk manage to charge Brother Ulysses. Well, Apprentice Ulysses. What is your resistance?
6.
Whoops. Let me type that. The first one misses. The second one will actually hit for 2 points. The third one will miss. So Brother Ulysses actually takes 2 points of damage.
Well, isn't it each 2 VP equals 1 extra damage?
No, that's
What's the base damage?
The base was 2. He said his resistance was 6, which means that they had 2 over.
Right, but I think you need 2 VP to increase damage by +1, so I guess
3.
that means it's 3.
Okay,
right?
It can be 3, yeah.
Just trying to make to.
Okay.
Well, I wasn't sure that the Husk would have enough mind to decide, hey, I want to try to up this or not.
Oh, he's not increasing the damage. Okay.
Because, I mean, it is a basically mindless entity.
I would probably think the only thing that it could do is up the damage.
Yeah, okay,
But-
we'll go with 3.
Okay, fair enough.
Brother Ulysses can probably take it.
Yep. This is but a scratch.
Well, you did score some more VP than you needed, I think, on your attack, right? So
Yeah.
so you've got
By
some
2.
VP.
I'll save
Oh,
it
you mean
for
Brother
later.
Ulysses? Okay.
For the
Yeah, I'll
Ulysses,
save it. I'll save it for later.
Okay, now Noelani can go.
Okay.
Oh, you mean you're taking the vitality damage?
Sorry?
Yeah,
You're
he took the vitality damage, and he's...
Oh, okay.
Okay. Noelani steps into the room. And it will try to pull what's her name from the altar.
Okay. You
Lady
have
Tiffany.
you would have to get around the husk to do that. So basically, you have to take a full move this action and then be able to get her next action.
You're going to try and do that before defeating these things?
Yeah.
Okay. So who are you nominating to go next while you are moving?
Sir Vaughn.
Okay.
I need somebody to keep the Husks busy.
Does Sir Vaughn have a gun, by the way? Just curious. I know he's a fencer.
No.
Okay.
No. You don't
Sir
want
Vaughn is up close and personal.
You don't want Sir Vaughn to have a gun. He doesn't know how to use it.
Really? You didn't get that from your noble path?
I had the option of taking.
Oh, but
Okay.
right.
I guess I
had
do
the
technically have military weapons, but
I just had the
Military
image
with swords
from,
and stuff.
I just had the image from Plan 9 from outer space where the sheriff is scratching his head with the gun.
Lord, something like that. Yes.
Okay. So, Sir, what is Sir Vaughn doing?
Sweeping the cloak off of his shoulder while he draws his sword, Sir Vaughn comes barreling into the room, and he's fighting the Husks. But while he's doing so, he's yelling at Sir Doyle Hawkwood and calling him a lot of names. Just very, very insulting. He'd like to distract the man, but what he's really trying to do is kill the Husks.
Okay.
He's just being loud and distracting.
Okay. Make your attack on a husk.
So you're using your sword, I guess?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
Very
he's going to
nice.
save the claw for the Hawkwood.
Oh, well, yeah, I wasn't even thinking of your claw. I was just thinking, like, yeah.
Okay, so you got 4 victory points after the resistance.
Awesome. Let's see. This thing does 5 damage base. How does that interact? Okay, so it lists 5 damage and 3 strength. How does damage work on melee? Because this is the first time I've hit.
Well, that's your base damage. That's how much damage you will do.
Okay.
Plus 1 point for every 2 victory points you want to put into it.
Although you are a fencer, so you get some special things with that, I think. You took fencing, right?
Yes, I did.
He could take He could use a fencing action.
Yeah, well, fencing lets you do special things with your attacks.
Spend 1 VP to gain extra 1 damage if you want.
Oh, is that what it is?
One of them. It has several options, but this is one of them.
Ah, yes, there we go. Each turn you can spend 1 VP and choose one of the following. Either +2 goal for a melee skill action, +2 body resistance against a single fight skill or melee skill attack, +1 damage, or a single opponent you are engaging in a fight suffers hindmost initiative. So you said I have how much? 4 VP?
Yep.
I am gonna...
You can only spend 1.
Well, yeah, no. I can spend 1 for fencing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I'm going to spend that 1 for +2 body resistance.
Okay.
And then I'm going to spend 2 to up the damage to 6. And then the extra 1 I will put in the bank. Or not the bank, the cash.
Okay, you carve a huge chunk out of it, but it hadn't quite stopped moving.
Damn, these things are tough. How much damage did you do again?
7 total. It
Wow.
looks really bad. but it's not quite dead yet.
It's got basically as much vitality as a human.
No,
By the
y'all
way,
have
what are
more
these
vitality now.
Yeah, we have lots of vitality.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's okay. So it maybe doesn't have as much as a human, but how? By the way, what are these things wearing? How dead? Like how old do they look? Like are they?
They look like they were probably in street clothes when they were raised.
Okay, bunch of squatters and stuff.
Yeah. At a guess, they probably came from Two Toes. Okay, so that leaves
I guess
Maven
Maven.
to act. Yeah.
All right.
So I need to decide which of these things I'm going to shoot. So, how many are threatening each of the different group members?
3 are going after Apprentice Ulysses.
Okay.
3 look like they are fixing to be heading for Servon.
And that's all 6 of them. Okay.
Yes.
So none of them are trying to get Noelani right now.
Right.
Okay. I guess Maven would probably trust Ulysses to be able to handle himself better than Servon. Surprisingly enough, although he is a Vorox, but well, I might as well fire at the one that Servon just crippled.
Okay.
Don't know if it's how does it work when like a husk takes damage? Does its resistance stay at what it is, or does it?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So this is the
The
roll that I had increased by plus 14. So it's Dex plus shoot, I guess. So for me, my goal is normally 11. So plus the 14, that makes it 25. And here goes nothing. Oh, wait, I have a, what is it? It's a, I have to look at what gun I've got. It's an Eamon Vorton medium auto feed pistol. Okay. I didn't record the damage for that. Hold on. Okay, that is 5 damage. All right, so let's roll. 12, and the resistance was 2, right?
yes.
Okay, so I get the 5 for the overage. So
15.
15. Okay. Um. hmm, Let's see. I guess I'm going to use. It took how much already? It took 9, 7,
7.
7. Okay. Um. I'll burn 6 VP to do.
An additional 3.
Oh wait, you have to roll damage, or is it just?
No, you have a base, and
Okay,
then
so
you
it's
have
5. Okay,
and
so
then
it's
you have
5.
whatever extra
Yeah,
from.
got it. Okay. Um, I guess the first shot is really going to be to test how tough these things are. So I'm not going to up the damage. I'm just going to do the 5,
Okay.
and I'll save the I guess 15
You
to
burn
up.
a hole through it, and it is no longer moving.
Good. So 12 was enough to kill one of these things. Oh, by the way, it's not a. It's I'm not burning it. I have a. It's a slug gun.
Okay, you put a hole through it.
Right. Right. Okay. And I'll hold on to that in my cache until the end of the round.
Okay, beginning of the next initiative.
Okay. Well, before that, then I'll spend the 15 on an accuracy bonus for my next.
Okay. Apprentice Ulysses is the leader, so he gets to nominate who's going.
Yes.
Okay. I'll again go first. Because
Okay.
since I'm probably the most battle capable of the party. I'll go again for striking him. I do have +1 gold because my sword is holy. So just to
You
make
going for the
sure.
one that you hurt last time, or one of the other ones?
I'm going for the one that I hurt.
Okay.
So double tap always.
Double tap.
Oh, damn it. I missed.
Okay.
Wow.
The Pancreator was not with you on that roll.
Nope.
Who are you nominating next?
Well, Servon is by my side, right?
Yes.
So I'll go with him.
All right.
Makes sense.
Servon.
All right. Servan will advance, swing the cloak along with the sword, and work to try to pick off one of the ones that Apprentice Ulysses is fighting.
Okay.
And I guess since he
Roll
has
your attack.
this 1 point that was stored in his cache, that will go to his goal roll.
Okay. You will succeed and have 5 victory points remaining.
Excellent. If it's 5, then I will spend one of them on... shit, where is it? I will spend one of them for +1 damage with Torero fencing. And then I will spend the other 4 on 2 more damage. So that'll be +3 total damage.
So that's 8 total?
Yes.
Okay. You cleave a huge chunk out of this one, including half of his face, but it is still coming at you.
That is unfortunate.
So you did 8 damage to it?
I think so.
Yes.
Wait. Real quick. Does strength apply to melee damage?
Oh, you know what? Let me look at the melee skill because I feel like it's to do damage. I feel like it is strength plus the. Hold on, let me look.
Let me look at the technology and see if it says anything about...
Hack and slash combat. Put your full strength behind your weapon, trading accuracy for impact. Melee plus strength with a -2 gold penalty, but that's not what you did, right?
No.
No.
Weapon strike is what I did.
Weapon strike. Oh.
Oh, weapon strike is melee plus strength, not dexterity?
Did you hit?
He
What's
did
your strength?
hit.
No, because he thought it was dex, so.
It would be an 8 if we're rolling with strength. So
you
yes,
did
I
hit.
still hit.
Okay. Good. That would have sucked.
And impact is weapon damage, chapter 4 technology. Okay.
And you have a rapier, right?
I believe I do. Yes.
So what's the rapier's damage?
It's 5.
5.
Oh,
Okay.
the strength column is the minimum strength required to use it, isn't
Yes.
it? Okay, alright.
Yes.
Cool. Very good.
Okay, hold on. I am still trying to check something.
So you did 5 and then you added 3 to it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Right, because you were able to do one of it was from your fencing, and then the other 2 were from spending 4
points.
VP.
Yes.
Yeah. And then I guess you kept 1 VP in your cache, right?
No, I
You
only
got
had
7.
5. I had 5.
You had to needed to use 2 to overcome the resistance.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. You spent 1 on the fencing and you spent 4 on the.
Yes.
Yeah. We're getting the hang of this.
Yep.
Little bit by little bit. I still haven't looked up and familiarized myself with the rules for firing multiple shots from a semi-auto, which is what I have. How does that work? Do you do more damage? Does it just... Because I don't think in this you're able to take multiple actions the way you were before, right? So
It seems like there was something about that, but I don't remember where it is.
It's a feature. There is a feature of marksman. If you,
I don't
took
have
part-
marksman. Marksman is a perk, I think.
Yeah, it is. There's the feature, or if you take 2 second level marksman, it's gunslinger, then you're able to attack twice.
Right.
But otherwise, you're not.
Yeah, but his
So-
weapon has the ability to fire more than once.
Yeah,
Right.
and
So
that's a precondition to using Gunstorm.
So basically, what, if I'm understanding you correctly, I can no longer fire multiple shots without having the perks to do it.
Yeah, that's what I believe, but I might be wrong. Unless you need the perks, or
Okay.
you need to have two to shoot with 2 separate handguns, but you're subject to penalties.
Yeah, he's trying to figure out what the penalties for the multiple actions is.
Right.
No.
Like I'm trying to figure out if I can fire this thing more than once in a turn.
I don't.
Sounds
believe
like
you
I
can.
can't.
So there are burst fire,
Oh,
There-
here it is. Burst. Okay.
but the weapon
Is it-
has to actually have the capability to perform burst fire. If it's just a semi-auto, that means you can fire it once per turn.
Okay. I'm not sure that they're using burst in the absolutely 100% correct use of the term here. Because
No,
I
it
know
is-
that if they're using it correctly, there's burst fire, which is different from semi-auto.
Okay,
But-
extra actions. Certain special conditions such might allow you to make.
Burst fire. Okay.
Other
so
than those conditions and exceptions, players are described elsewhere throughout the book. GM can choose to allow a PC to attempt extra actions using the following guidelines. You can declare an extra action immediately following your first primary action. You don't have to plan ahead. The extra action must be performed during your turn following the first primary action. You can't split it. Spend 1 weird point before attempting the extra action's goal roll. If you can't spend weird, you can't take the extra action. You suffer a -2 goal penalty on actions that repeat the first primary action. If you shot your pistol first action, you shoot again for an extra action, suffer -2. If your extra action is a different maneuver than the first, the roll is unfavorable. Whenever you
Okay.
perform an extra primary action, your next turn takes place hindmost in the initiative.
So, am I correct that they are differentiating between burst fire being something that full automatics can do and not semi-automatics here?
Yes.
Yes, they are,
Okay.
and that is correct.
Okay.
A semi-automatic just means you don't have to stop and reload next round.
Right. I know that. I just meant that.
A burst, which is a weapon that will have burst in its description, can do
Okay.
the full burst fire.
Yeah, it's
Got it.
it's
Okay.
on.
But yes, you can take an extra action. You need a victory point, a weird point to do it, and you're at -2 goal on the extra action.
Right. Okay. So you can't really. You used to be able to like fire semi-auto like up to 3 times in a turn, but I see that that's no longer the case. Okay. Where were we? Whose turn was it?
Sir Vaughn has to choose who's next.
He does. I thought it went.
Oh, yeah.
To.
Yeah. No, each person that goes chooses who's next.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's where we were. Sorry. So who has already gone?
You and Princess Ulysses.
No, I'm okay with Princess Ulysses. That's fine too.
I want to be a princess.
Yeah, no, Alani hasn't gone yet, and maybe
The brother is a pretty princess.
I will go with Noelani.
Okay, Noelani is getting 1 victory point as there's an interrupt here.
Wow.
Okay.
And the Husk attempt to attack Servon and Apprentice Ulysses. 3 each? No, 2 on Apprentice Ulysses and...
No. I killed the one that I killed was the one that was near Servon.
Right, okay, then 3 on Ulysses and 2 on Servon.
Yeah. One of the ones that's on Ulysses is the one that Servon just nearly killed.
Okay.
Oh, I thought that was the one that was near you.
No, he attacked one of the ones on Apprentice Ulysses.
Yes.
Oh, I see. Okay.
The first one on Ulysses, the second one on Ulysses. So...
Ooh. Yikes. That's not good.
You might want to parry that one.
You can't. You cannot.
Oh, rip. Maybe
It's a
parry
critical
the
hit.
11 then.
You can no longer do anything about critical hits.
But I can use victory points to soak the damage.
No. You
No, you
can't.
can't?
No.
Okay.
You can't
How mu-
increase your body resistance. Here, just so that we can read this thing aloud. I don't want you to take my word for it. Let's.
No, that's all right.
No. But also, since we're talking about the system here,
Yes.
so let's go to critical hits in the rules. Critical hit. Okay. When you roll your goal number exactly, your action becomes the very epitome of success in that particular instant and context. The Pancreator is bestowed his blessing. In game turns, the following 2 things happen. Your action ignores all resistance. You don't need to spend VP to overcome resistance because your critical hit has pierced all defenses. This means a defender cannot boost their resistance against a critical hit. You gain 1 weird point. See weird points below for an explanation of these potent points. So, yeah, it sucks.
Okay.
Okay,
Throw.
but it did not say there was extra damage.
No, it just gets its full damage.
Yeah. So
And he doesn't have to spend VPs to
doesn't have to
overcome
spend
the
a VP.
resistance.
Right.
So he can
So-
damage.
How much? How much?
his base is 2, and with his victory points, that's another 6. So 8 points total.
Goes
That
straight
hurts.
to your vitality.
No problem. I have still 11 more to go. I'm still.
Apprentice
combat.
Ulysses has one of these husks hanging off of him, chewing on his neck.
Yikes.
The
Bon
other
appetit.
one, you can attempt to boost your resistance against the other one.
You probably
Yes.
should.
Yes, I will.
Okay.
I'll-
So
I
that
have-
one had to overcome its resistance, which was 6, right?
Right.
So that means it got 5 left over.
Yes.
Okay. And I guess, what did it do? Did it increase the damage or?
Did he want to spend any victory points to try to, any of his old victory points to dodge or anything that?
Yes, I want to.
Okay.
So I'll.
If you're
I have-
lacking, you can grab a weird off the
If you're-
team coffer.
By the
I
way,
have-
if you're dodging, it's in abort, just so you know.
Okay, but I do have 5 on cash and 3 on the bank, so I'm still good.
You're just going to
Um,
boost the resistance without dodging, though? That's what you're saying, right? You're not going to take an action to dodge, but you're just going to boost your resistance.
Yes, exactly. So I'll
Okay.
spend 3 of my cash, so I'll keep 2 to boost my resistance to 9.
Okay. He still got 2 over your resistance at that point. He had an 11.
Oh, okay. So sorry. So I'll spend all my victory points on that then.
Okay.
My cash. So
Not your
It'll get
bank,
hella-
right? Your bank is still full, or?
my bank has 3 only.
Okay.
All right.
So
now,
it'll go up to 11. My resistance.
now the 3 on the Servon.
Wait, 3?
I
There
thought that-
were...
I thought that,
Oh, 2. Sorry, 2.
you were up. Oh, never mind. Yeah.
Wait, we've only
Please.
actually killed one of them?
Yes, I killed the one that you wounded last time, and then you wounded another one. So
Okay.
there's 2 on you. Yeah.
Oh, I thought Apprentice Ulysses killed one the first round.
No, that was Maven.
No, Apprentice Ulysses cut one in half, but it was still alive.
Oh, there we go. Oh, geez.
Okay.
Wait, 3? You're
One.
rolling
Oh, sorry.
2.
2. The first one does not manage to hit you. The second one, what is your resistance?
2.
Second one has 9 victory points after defeating your resistance.
Right. I am going to use my surge
Okay.
to score 9 victory points out of the well and apply all of them to my resistance.
I forget, how does it work when you abort? What happens to your action the next turn?
Becomes
you-
unfavorable.
You lose your primary action the next turn. If you
Right.
you
You lose your primary.
if you've
You
already
can still
acted
move.
and you need to dodge an attack later, then the following turn you do not get a primary, but you can still move. I'm not doing that. I'm using my surge.
No, I'm at last turn. Is that what you did last turn?
What? No.
Oh. Okay, I thought you had dodged last turn.
Nope.
No, his dodge was up above.
Yeah, that was upstairs.
Okay,
Okay,
I guess
where is Surge?
It's page 20 in chapter 1.
Chapter what?
Chapter 1 rules.
Okay. Yeah, you'd cut out just on that last
Oh,
word, so I
got it.
missed.
Yep.
Yeah, you can opt to use a surge. It's like an adrenaline surge, second wind, self-instilled boost of confidence. You gain VP from the well equal to your surge rating.
Okay.
Basically,
Oh,
it doesn't
sounds-
even require an action. You just declare it, fill your cache with VP. I have a surge rating of 9, so that gives me 9 VP directly into the cache, and I will spend all 9 of it to boost my resistance to 11 and make that miss.
Okay. It misses you then. So we are on Noelani, who is now over trying to grab the young lady while the scumbag is trying to chant over her and preparing to carve into her.
Is there any Sir Reginald saying anything or reacting in any way? And is she reacting in any way?
She is unconscious.
And Sir Reginald?
Sir Reginald is barely conscious.
Okay. So he's kind of like in a woozy.
He's lost a bit of blood. He's still got that gut wound. He's tied up.
Right. All right.
So,
Yeah. Noelani's pulls are off the altar.
okay. So,
And if she can do both of these, she pulls her off the altar and shoots the guy in the face. But
well,
it's not.
that will be
if
2 actions. You'll have to spend the weird point, and the shooting action will be unfavorable.
No, in that case, she just pulls her off the altar.
How is she secured to the altar? Is it her wrists and ankles, or?
Well, she's not actually secured. She's unconscious.
Oh, I thought she was tied to it. Okay, never mind.
You did describe her as tied up, I believe, at the beginning. Like, she's bound.
Okay,
It
well,
didn't sound like she was bound to it.
She's bound, but she's not actually bound to the altar.
I got you. I see. Okay.
Okay, as you grab her, and this will be an interrupt on Maven, so he will get 1 victory point. Von Klock says, "You shall not interfere." And a bolt of darkness shoots from his hand toward Nolani.
I'm sorry,
Yikes.
you said Von Klock. The man...
Not Von Klock.
Sir Doyle.
Doyle. Sir Doyle.
That would have
Y'all
been
know it's
that would have been a plot
you know it's
twist,
been
wouldn't it?
yeah. Y'all know it's been a long week for me.
It
Absolutely.
turns out this whole thing is he is the evil one, and
I've
the
been
Hawkwood
waiting-
is the good guy trying to.
I've been waiting for it to get dropped on us that Sir Doyle is actually currently being like mind controlled by the apparently nearly unconscious man. I'm waiting for that.
Or is like performing a necessary exorcism or something.
Right.
That would have been
You
awesome.
you all have been GM'd by Robert for way too long.
I always said I was going to throw something straight at y'all, and y'all would go nuts trying to find the.
That's a new verb. We have been GM'd.
The bolt goes by Noelani's head and explodes into a batch of books behind her, or what's left of a batch of books from when it was a library.
Well, that's much preferable to her head.
Yes.
Yes. Well, I'm
Does
quite
anything
like
catch fire?
No.
Okay, good.
You shall not have my bride. So now it is Maven's turn.
All right. Well, I want to free up Sir Vaughn as much as I can, even though it does look like Apprentice Ulysses isn't doing too well. But I'm going to fire another shot at the wounded one. He did 8 damage to that one, right?
Yes.
Sir Vaughn. Okay, so this is the one. Now, you gave me an extra victory point, so that means I've got 16 now, 15 of which I had used to boost the accuracy on this roll, and I'll use that one as well to boost the accuracy on this roll. So I'm going to boost it by plus 16. So that's going to make my goal 27. Oh, it would be that, wouldn't it?
Oh.
It would be that. So what happens with a critical miss?
I believe it's Robert gets to have fun.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Is your weapon a semi-automatic?
It is a semi-automatic, yes.
Ooh, it might
That
jam.
entails extra problems. So
Yeah.
semi-automatic
Well,
are less reliable.
there's a number of possible problems. There's some that they suggested, or the DM can.
Yeah, of course.
Let's see. The tanker, let's see. Also known as even frequent rolls. Roll result of 20 is a critical miss. Critical miss is most likely a regular miss, except that the GM gets to take 1 weird point WP from the well and put it into their adversary coffer. See Chapter 1 Drama in the Game Master book. Your failure gives an advantage to your NPC opponents. Just how or when this advantage will manifest is up to the GM. They decide when to spend this weird point and for what purpose.
There is also a thing under slug guns. It's in the technology chapter, chapter 4, under critical miss on page 18.
For jams.
Thank you.
Yes.
That's what I wanted to find.
Yeah,
Okay,
a critical miss when firing a slug gun might mean a misfire or a jam. You roll 2 d20. On a 1 to 10, it's just a misfire. You can continue to fire normally next turn. 11 to 20, jam or mechanical malfunction. You must use a primary action to clear the jam the next turn. If your gun is an auto feed, you have an unfavorable roll when testing for a critical miss, which it sounds like yours is.
It is an auto feed, yes.
Yeah. So you get to roll 2d20 and take the higher number.
And 1 through 10 is a success, right?
Yes.
1 through 10 just means that it misfires.
Well, yes.
You'll be able to fire again.
I'm saying in this instance, I'm not saying it hits. I'm saying it's
the better result.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay,
Ideally,
so here's
you get.
the first. Yeah.
Ideally, you get 2 dice that both come up 10 or less.
Hopefully. Well, let's find out what I've just for sake of curiosity. Okay. So,
so next round, your action is going to have to be to clear the chamber of your gun.
Okay. So it is jammed.
Yes.
Jams,
What do you have to do to clear it?
You have to use a primary action to clear the jam.
But what do you have to do to?
Just you have to use up your
remove
primary
the
action.
magazine.
No
remove the
roll.
magazine.
You know,
No,
There,
no roll.
it's not a roll. You just have to state you're
Got it.
clearing it.
Okay.
And your opponent has a weird point.
All right. Well, Maven will curse and say, "Damn," you know.
You know, I really expected this combat to go a little bit differently.
It's funny. Despite that whopping plus 16 to the roll, it doesn't matter. It's
Right.
all wasted. Oh well.
waiting for Father Dominic to come in here, like the guitarist from the most recent desert terrible
Mad
movie.
Max.
Yes, thank you, Mad Max. The guitarist with the flamethrower guitar from Fury Road.
Oh, this uses up one of the shots, right?
Yes.
Yeah, basically it fired, but something jammed.
Yes. Right, exactly.
There is actually a guy, a street performer, that has a guitar that flames. Like the one from Fury Road.
Nice. Here in Portland, we have the Unipiper, who rides around on a unicycle playing bagpipes, wearing the cape, helmet, and shoulders of a Darth Vader costume, and he's got his bagpipes rigged up with flamethrowers.
Interesting.
Nice.
Okay. The
So I guess a new round, right?
yes, I need to check a technology rule real quick.
Okay.
Because I need to see if something is area of effect.
Uh-oh.
If I can find it real quick. What are flame guns under?
Technology.
Yes,
Yeah.
I know that.
Energy guns. It's page 23.
Okay,
there.
page 23.
Yep.
Features flame.
So it's probably got the Ka type, but who knows? Event sites tend to like the Ka oil flame guns.
Okay, so where is the description of the
Flame gun?
features?
They are back several pages.
Back several pages. Okay, I was going in the wrong direction.
Activated force fields such as a blaster's plasma and flame guns raw heat. Well, this doesn't apply to that. Toss a number of coins equal to half the number. Oh, that's just to bleed through energy shields. Never mind.
Oh, here we go. Damage properties. Flame. It is on page 15 near the bottom.
Okay. Okay, so apparently it's only going to affect one person.
Yeah, because these aren't flamethrowers. That's one important distinction, is that we keep thinking of them like they're flamethrowers. They're really not. They shoot
Okay.
blobs of Ka oil like a fireball.
Okay. And then the actual damage is
Fire damage. See damage properties below.
5 and 3.
Yep. So it does 5 for the base attack, and then every subsequent turn it's 3 more until the fire is put out, which lasts for 3 turns.
Okay.
Also, anyone who suffers vitality loss to a flame attack gains the tormented state until at least 1 vitality is healed.
Not sure that applies to the Husks, but
Perhaps not, but maybe we can apply it to Sir Doyle.
Let's get rid of these husks first. Avestites to the rescue. Something you never thought you would say.
Okay. Wow. The husk that is chewing on
Oh no.
Apprentice Ulysses
Oh crap.
explodes in a shower of flames.
Oh crap.
with someone behind you yelling, "Back into the darkness, demon! Let the flames purify the soul of all around."
I'm guessing that's bad for Ulysses.
I mean,
Um,
he's not getting hit by it.
I mean, it was on him, so that's
Yeah.
why. Yeah. Hopefully, that's not bad for Ulysses, Robert.
Ulysses, make a endurance and vigor roll. Endurance is still a stat, isn't it?
It is.
Yes, yes, it is.
Endurance and vigor with a resistance of 6.
I forget. Does armor do anything against a flame gun?
Melts.
I mean, does its resistance count?
It
Yes.
depends. Yes, maybe if it doesn't have the flame attribute, it counts as half.
Yeah.
Does his armor have the flame attribute?
No.
Okay, you take 2 points of flame damage. Not actually from the glob that's going to stick and keep burning, but just from getting singed by the thing exploding into flame in front of you.
Goodbye, eyebrows.
He succeeded.
Well, think of what that would have been if it would have been Servan.
Oh yes.
Servan is very happy that no one has to smell burning Vorox. Especially him.
Of course, Father Demas doesn't care whether he kills all of y'all in the process or not.
I can see that. It reminds me of a certain somebody.
Is that somebody
who like? Yes.
Is that certain somebody every Avestite?
No, it reminds me of a certain somebody in another game who likes to drop rocks on people. Conveniently, the people who are nearest to us.
Okay. So it is now initiative. So
joy.
How
are you doing vitality-wise, Ulysses?
He should have 9 left.
Yes, I have 9 now.
Apprentice Ulysses is still in the lead, so he gets to decide who's going when. Or who goes first.
It's Servan's okay on vitality, right? You're fine.
Have somehow managed to take no damage so far. I'm sure this will change, but so far.
So I'll start with Servan then.
Okay.
All right. Servan is going to attempt to finish off the husk that he almost killed the previous turn.
Okay.
The one that's taken 8.
Yes.
We know that 12 is enough to kill it, so a hit should probably finish this thing.
Assuming that they're all identical.
That'll not do it, though.
Nope, doesn't look like it.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and
accenting is not an option for something like that.
No, I couldn't accent that far enough.
That's right, because it's 2 every -1.
Yeah,
so,
I'd have to somehow have like 18 victory points lying around.
Yeah, well, that's not going to be happening anymore now that I've broken my streak. So
right. All right. So Servan misses. I know what. You know what? I rolled terribly, and it's because I didn't describe Servan going all swashbuckly. I'd been doing that, and I didn't do it this turn.
You know what? I have a feeling that knowing this system, if you had described it that way, you would have rolled a 20.
I described it that way the 2 previous turns?
Yeah, he did. And he hit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and, after missing, suggest that Apprentice Ulysses should probably go next and help himself.
Okay.
So there are, let's see, there were 6, then
two
one
are
of them,
dead.
Yeah, 2 were dead. Okay, one of them by Vaughn is badly injured, and one of them by Ulysses is badly injured. Or was it the one that was already in half that exploded, or?
No,
It was a fresh one. Okay.
Sir Vaughn attacked the one that he had damaged.
No.
And
I meant
killed
the
it.
one by Ulysses earlier that Ulysses had cleaved in half but hadn't killed.
I thought that was the one that Sir Vaughn killed.
Yeah, Sir Vaughn killed it, yes.
Sir Vaughn
Yeah,
hasn't
'cause
killed
he said-
anything yet.
No, Sir Vaughn didn't kill anything. Maven killed one thing that Sir Vaughn had damaged.
Oh, okay.
The one that's in half was still chewing on Apprentice Ulysses, which is why 3 of them keep attacking him every turn.
Okay.
Maybe we should use the grid for this because things are getting. I feel like visual aids would help people. Just a
Hold on.
suggestion. Yeah.
So you have a circular room. You have the altar here
Okay.
with this is the gentleman trying to sacrifice the lady.
Okay.
Here's Noelani with the lady. Here is a dude tied up. We have Ulysses and Vaughn.
So they're both inside. Okay.
Here, and they each have 2 in front of them. And then we have Maven back here. I know it's supposed. I did that
Maven's
backwards.
outside, actually. He's outside the chamber. He didn't go in.
Oh, then he's probably at the door.
Something
And
like that.
Father
Yeah.
Demos.
He's not at the door, but he's like down the hall a bit.
Yeah.
So I guess Demos had rushed past Maven. Is that what he did?
Well, basically, he just thrust the flame gun between Maven and the door and fired.
Right. Maven's not actually right outside the door. He's
Right. He's down the hall just a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Okay, that does help a little bit. So one of the ones that is by Ulysses is in half but not dead.
Right.
And one of the ones that's next to Sir Vaughn is badly damaged but not dead.
Correct.
Maven has killed one, and the Avestai killed the other one. Douche.
We are recording.
I'm aware.
But hey, I don't care. I just. So
Sir Vaughn and Brother
Miss-
Ulysses had their action. Who's next?
Right.
Sir Vaughn.
Sir Vaughn chooses who's
Yes.
next.
No, you picked Sir Vaughn to go first. He picked you to go second. It's you.
Oh, so I didn't. Oh, sorry, I didn't know that it was me. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, my fault. Then what Lucius will do with all this, he missed him with the sword and the thing on his back. He'll drop the sword, and he'll go full knuckles on the next one that's next to him.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll go with 15 then. Come on.
Oh.
You
Not
can
my day.
accent that.
Not right. Then I'll choose Noelani.
Okay.
Okay. Noelani's going to get a victory point because Sir Doyle is interrupting. Oh,
Hey, he filled my bank by interrupting.
As he strikes at you with the Chris. What is your resistance?
5.
Damn.
Okay, he does not break your armor.
What is she wearing again?
Plastic breastplate.
Okay.
You cannot
The
take
plus-
my
the plus
sacrifice!
Wait. Take
How
it
do you
with the
erase
shirt.
on roll 20?
How do you what?
How do you erase on roll 20?
You need to switch over to the select tool, select a thing, and then delete it with the delete key.
Oh, I see.
Okay. Yeah, if you're that far back, Father Demos probably rushed past you.
Yeah, he's not getting in his way. He's like, cursing at his semi-auto, unjamming it while he's crouched in the hallway out there.
And Father Demos, well, actually, all the bad guys are going to go ahead and attack. Father Demos will fire on one of the ones on Servan.
What about Noelani? Does she get her action?
No, you got the 1 point for the interrupt, and once I'm done with the
Ah.
interrupt, I can use however many of mine on the.
Okay, I understand. Okay.
I can use mine as a group, or I can do them individually.
Okay, no problem.
Oh, and Father Demos fails to hit one of the Husks.
Just misses.
Missed it by that much.
If he is
Yes.
not accenting, is he?
No.
I guess the pen creator is not with him as well.
The two Husks on Ulysses. Okay, so 1 breaks your armor with 3 victory points remaining.
I'll spend the last 3 victory in my bank so he doesn't hit me. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, from your bank. Okay, yeah.
So it goes up to 9.
So
All
now
right.
you're empty. You haven't used your surge yet, have you?
I haven't.
The only one who
Okay.
has, I think, is Servan. So
Yeah, so the 2 on Servan. 1 will miss completely, and the other. What was Servan's armor?
It's
His
2.
resistance is 2.
2.
Man,
Okay.
those ones. Leather is good for something after all.
Yep. But this other one succeeds with 8 victory points remaining.
There is nothing that I can do about that.
Okay, so you will take 6
Wait,
damage.
yes, there is. Yes, there is.
No, there isn't. Oh, I could.
Yes, there is.
Could attempt to dodge. Yes.
No, hold on. No one has tried using the weird points that we have in our troop coffer yet.
The hell do weird points get used for? Because I have no idea.
Anybody can use them.
Anybody can take 1 out as long as the party agrees, and you can convert it into 3 victory points.
I'm totally fine with him using weird for my part.
Yeah, of course.
Sure.
3 victory points wouldn't do a
And
lot.
there's 1 victory point in the troop coffer, and there's 3 weird points in the troop coffer.
He is not limited to 1, I think.
I'm just saying what's in there. That's how many we've got.
How many victory points do you still have in
I'm
for
out.
your person? Oh,
I
you're
am
out.
out. Wait, no, I'm sorry. I have 1 in my bank. Okay.
So you could grab the 1 weird and a victory point out of the bank, which would be a total of 4 plus 1 that you already have is 5.
There's also the 1 VP that's in the bank, that's in the troop coffer also, besides the weird points.
Yeah, I said he could pull the 3. He could pull a weird out for 3, and the victory point that's already in there for 4. Total of 4. Plus his 1 is 5.
Right.
Which would get me up to a 7.
What is the limit on how many weird points somebody can use at a time from the troop coffer? Is there one?
All right, let me.
We're
Once
using all
per
the
round,
rules.
once per round, you can spend 1 victory point, 1 weird point to make something favorable. You can convert 1 weird point to 3 victory points. Hold on. You can spend a victory point to twist fate and probability in your favor, letting you perform an action that might otherwise be considered outrageous or wildly improbable amazing stunts in action movies or stunning reversals in that speeches and cross-examination conflicts. Basically, it is you describe what you are going to do to the GM and ask if you can spend a weird point to make it work.
It doesn't seem to say
I'm
if
taking
you
a baseball bat and I'm hitting Robert
Well,
on the head.
actually, it says once per round you can spend one weird point.
Okay.
it said, oh, okay, because I see that it says that for each of the different effects.
Yeah,
I
it
didn't
says
see.
it says you can spend one. You can convert one weird point to 3 victory points.
Right, that's the conversion.
Otherwise, it would say for every weird point you convert, you get 3 victory points.
Okay,
The
it just
limit
doesn't.
is still 1 weird point per turn per person.
Right.
Okay.
One of the things you can do when you spend your 1 is get 3 victory points.
Okay.
So for Sir Vaughn, you could do that, or you could try to, do some really improbable stunt that you could describe it and see whether the GM will allow it or not.
You could just take the damage.
Just a moment.
Yeah, the thing that would have been more helpful in the writing is if they had added the once per round for each of those things, because they said once per round on spending 1 weird point to make a single roll favorable, but they didn't say once per round on converting 1 weird point into 3 VP. That's what makes it a little
Well,
confusing to me.
the way it's written, it
Yeah.
says you can convert 1 weird point to 3 VP. It doesn't say you can convert multiple weird points to 3 VP each.
Okay.
That is how I read it.
Right.
And like the twisting fate says you spend a VP weird point. Oh, who had the critical hit? Oh, I had the critical hit, didn't I?
Yes.
You did.
Mm.
Yeah,
And the
I
enemies
thought
also
so.
have a weird point.
Yeah.
The
So
enemies
the
yeah. Dangerous as he may be, the Avestite is not technically our enemy.
right.
Okay. I think. Let's see. If I go through all of these resources, I can't make the attack miss. I can get up to
You can reduce damage,
7,
yes. Yeah.
so I could reduce the damage to hit plus 1 extra from their VP.
Which would be 3 points.
3 points?
Yes.
I was thinking an alternate would be that I could attempt a dodge. Well, really a parry in this case.
Yeah, you can do that.
You
can do that even without burning the weird
yes.
point. Or
Well, what I was thinking was you could do a really incredible stunt, like Sir Vaughn claims it as the something like as it comes to attack you, you grab its arm and throw it across the room using your Vorok's strength.
But I don't have Vorok's strength. That would be more than improbable.
Well, I'm just saying that would be the kind of thing that you could do with.
Though, to be fair, I should have had Vorok's strength, because I put all those points into Dex thinking that they helped with fencing, and they don't.
Okay, so did you want to try to parry, or did you want to...
I think so that we can move on, I'm going to use that 1 banked troupe victory point and 1 weird and my 1 banked victory point to raise my defense.
Reduce it down to 3 points.
Yes.
Okay, so you're not trying to dodge, is what you're saying.
No, we've been on talking about this for about 5 minutes, and I think we'd be better off moving on.
Okay, you take 3 points of damage. Which, to be fair, we're supposed to be getting these kind of things out there for the people watching.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely.
Okay, so Demos missed. He missed. These guys have attacked. So now it's Noelani's action.
So he took 3 points because the thing. What's the thing's base? It's 2,
2.
and then he spent like another 2 VP to make it
Yes.
3. Okay.
Yes. So what is Noelani doing?
Noelani is dragging the unconscious woman,
Lady Tiffany.
Lady Tiffany. She's dragging her past the group, and as a second shot and unfavorable action, she's gonna shoot one of the wounded husk,
Okay.
and she'll invest one of her VPs to grant her +2 on the goal.
All right.
And less than 17. That's a success, and that's a lesser success. So it's a result of 10.
Okay. Now, for 2 actions like that.
I spent a weird, yeah.
Okay. The
I spent the weird that Noelani has in her own personal
Right.
bag.
Now your second action is unfavorable.
Yeah, he rolled
Yeah,
twice.
and that's why I rolled twice.
Okay. Just making sure.
Taking the 10. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Damage.
And damage, base damage is 5. And
Oh wait, was the first roll for your first action or?
no, there is no dragging.
Oh, I see. Right. Okay.
Dragging the Lady Tiffany doesn't require a roll, so I spent.
Unless the DM was just being a dick.
Right.
Hey, if you want to tell me, and I'll.
Nah, I'm not going to be that bad. It's
Or you could have taken this action first and then had the second action be dragging her. But yeah.
No, no.
then I would have required a roll. A dex to not drop her.
Don't tempt me. Okay, so it's base damage is 5. I'll use 8 points to raise damage. It's a 9.
Okay, you basically removed the head of one of them. Was it the one? Who was it on that you were attacking?
The one who was wounded and facing Brother Ulysses.
The one that was in half. Okay.
So that one is gone. All right.
And I'm
left.
dragging Lady Tiffany to the let me in red. I'll be dragging her here. I don't want to get in Brother
Father Demas' way.
Fire happy. Yeah, exactly.
All right. So that means it's Maven's turn. No, he spent his.
Maven is just unjamming his pistol.
Okay.
You do get to move though if you want.
I don't see a need to.
Okay, so that brings it back to Brother Ulysses deciding who goes first.
Okay.
This is
I'll go
round
with
3, isn't it?
and I have done nothing. I'll go with Noelani.
Okay.
Okay. Noelani will fire first at one of the wounded husks.
I don't think there's any wounded ones left. I think there's 3 full.
There is.
There
is a
is?
wounded one left next to Sir Vaughn.
Okay.
He did 8 damage to it earlier.
Ah, all right. I forgot that.
Yeah.
And invest one of my points to raise the skill by 2.
All right.
And since it just 2, I'll invest and I'll accent to
What is the thing that lets you get 2 for 1?
marksmanship.
Oh, right, because you have marksmanship, right? I knew it was something like that.
It's I'll use I'll accent it to 17.
Okay.
So you get no VP out of it, but it does
It's-
hit.
Yeah. And it's not
Which means
critical.
which means it's just your base.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And
5
what is
damage.
Well, the base kills it.
Your base.
Huh?
What's? I'm just curious. What's the weapon damage that you have?
I
5.
said 5.
Oh, it's 5. Okay, so 13. Yeah.
There are 2 still standing. Plus the Hawkwood. So who is Noelani passing it to?
Noelani will pass it to Sir Vaughn.
Fun. I have a question about when scenes transitioned. Has this all taken, everything we've done tonight, has this all been a single scene?
I
Or
believe
did we
so.
get like a scene break when we were climbing down the ladder, fire for 500
There was a
feet?
scene break coming down the ladder.
Awesome. Servan,
Didn't realize.
Servan pushes forward through the space that Noelani emptied by moving out of the way, and he flips his rapier into his offhand, the hand with the cloak, which reaches over, slides the shiny gold armor off of his one clawed finger, and he lashes out with that one claw at Sir Doyle.
Okay.
I'm going to use beginner's luck because he is not actually good at fight at all.
Roll to hit.
Okay, so I'm guessing that is also strength.
That would justify using one of the weird points, I think, of the Trin coffer.
One moment.
So he's already used
Just-
1, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
He did
So we
use
got
one.
2 left in there. Okay.
I'll try to refill it.
Does anyone know offhand, does fight use strength? Also?
Let's see. Fight.
Dex, it's Dex. Fight is Dex. Because I'm fighting with Dex.
Okay, there you go. A good use for your decks.
I'm looking, and these are all strength. All of these are using strength. Strike
Okay.
is fight plus strength.
Ooh, my bad then.
Okay. So that is... I'm just going to add the modifier for beginner's luck to the skill. So that will show as 10. All right, what is Sir Doyle's physical resistance, or body resistance?
4.
Well, that's 1.
What's he wearing?
He has on a it looks like a leather jerkin, except it's got strange symbols sewn into it with some sort of gold thread.
Oh,
Awesome.
okay.
Well, that 1 VP I'm gonna hang on to. I'll keep that in the cache for right now.
How deadly is your poison?
So, it does 3 base damage, and as long as he suffers at least 1 vitality wound from it, he begins to suffer a cumulative -1 goal penalty per turn on all actions. Once this penalty equals his endurance, he hits paralyzed for the rest of the scene. And the only way to stop it would be to attempt a remedy plus dexterity roll as a primary action versus demanding resistance to suck or squeeze the poison from the wound before it... 1 VP per goal roll penalty accumulated by the poison to completely remove it.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to manage to do that.
Well, it's paralytic, right? So
It is paralytic.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's at -1 goal. All physical actions increasing by another -1 every turn until that penalty hits his endurance, and then he's paralyzed.
Okay. Who are you going to next?
I'm going to go to Maven.
cool.
Maven gets a victory point.
Yay for interruption.
First, Father Demos moves over here and
Is it
fires.
Demos? Dimas.
Dimas.
Dimas. Okay.
Father Demos moves here and fires on our main bad guy.
Oh, he's firing him. Okay.
At least he can tell which one is actually the antinomist.
So he's got to fire on the guy who's going to be paralyzed anyway.
Yeah. And he gets a total of 6 damage on him.
Oh, right, because 4 to overcome the resistance, and then
Oh yeah, it was 4 for
5.
the 4, 5. So 5, 6, 7 damage. 7. The base on the flame gun is
5.
5.
So
5.
yeah, so you spent the other 4 for the +2 damage, and then you kept the 1 VP. So
Yes.
7 damage.
Yes. And then I have the 2 husk left over, one on Ulysses and one on Servon. Ulysses is not going to break his armor.
Gotta love those ones, man.
And Servon, oh,
I think that's that was for Servan. Okay, that's not
yes.
for you.
How
Too
much
bad
was
it wasn't the
Servon's?
other way around. 'Cause that would've
Servan
been
just
nice.
has a 2, so this is going to hit him. And it's going to get, what, 1 extra damage?
Yes, so that'll be a total of 3.
Okay.
Yeah, did you keep any VP from your last success?
1, yes.
Okay.
So then it goes back to Maven.
Did you use it to reduce or no?
That wouldn't have helped here.
Yeah,
It had a 3 VP left over from the roll, so reducing it by 1, it still would have gotten the extra damage.
No. You can increase your body resistance, is what I'm saying, so that you're reducing.
Yeah, I could have
that's what
increased
he's
my
saying.
body resistance by 1, which would have
It still
still
would have
left
had
it
2
with
extra
2
VP.
VP, and it still would have done the 1 extra damage.
Oh, I see, because of the even odd thing. Okay.
Yes.
Got
I'm gonna. It's in my cache, so I'm going to put it on my next action.
Okay.
All right.
So as I said, we're back to Maven.
Yay! All right. So I am going to. Let's see. I guess I'm going to use my banked VP. I have a full bank of 5, and I had the +1 for the interrupt, so that's 6. So I'm going to increase my goal by +6. So that makes it 17. And I'm shooting at the husk that's near Servon.
Okay.
Ah! Wouldn't you know it? You know what? I feel bad about using one of the weird points, but
You should probably get to. You've been a little bit sidelined by randomness here, so.
okay. Is that okay, people?
Yeah,
Everyone?
Of course.
Okay. So I'll use one of the remaining 2 weird points in the troop coffer to convert it to 3 VP. 2 of them I'm going to spend on a -1 accent to get to the goal of 17.
Okay.
I guess it doesn't score any victory points, so it's just the
Right.
base, I think.
Yes.
And then I'll, keep the 1 left over in my cache. So then that's 5 It's just the base 5 damage of my gun then.
Okay. Was that one already wounded? I
Don't
think.
believe so, no.
Okay.
I
Well,
don't. I believe
which one did the Avestite? Oh no! You already killed the one that was wounded.
Yeah.
You killed it. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So then I don't think so. No.
Okay, it's wounded then.
Okay.
Was there anybody that has not gone this round?
me.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, you didn't go yet. Okay.
No. I passed to Noelani.
No line.
Noelani. Yeah.
So,
So-
Brother Ulysses.
Okay, so I'm gonna fight again. Since my strength is 8, so doesn't matter. I'll go with 15 again and punch another husk with its ugly face. And there you go.
Okay. Its face explodes, and
Yay.
it's no longer moving.
Glory for the pancreator.
Nice.
Yay, Pancreator!
How many of those VP are you keeping?
4.
How many did you use? Okay, so you used up 10.
Make
Yeah.
sure that it's dead.
All right. So, next round, and Apprentice Ulysses gets to decide who goes first.
The one that I punched is dead.
Yes.
So I'll turn to the one that's at serve 1 and I'll punch it again.
Okay.
It as well. And I'll put 1 VP point so I can roll for 17. And there you go. I hit it.
Okay. What was your base damage?
For fist it's 2. So
Okay.
Only 2,
Everyone-
even with Mantalk?
even with Mantalk.
Huh.
And every 2 up I did 5 damage.
Okay. That will actually kill that one.
Okay, there you go.
By the way, did they do away with strength bonuses in this edition?
Apparently.
Yeah, it
I
looks
have
like
not
they
found
have.
it.
I haven't
Okay.
found it as well.
Okay.
Well, since okay, no. Since
Sorry.
strength is the attribute for fighting and melee.
Yeah, I know. I just was wondering if they kept it for exceptionally high strength. So
And I
Doesn't-
pass it to Noelani.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Is there any zombie left? Any Husk
Nope.
left? No.
All that's left is Sir Doyle
and the
So-
Avestite.
and the Avestite.
Sir Doyle, literally man on fire.
He's on fire and locking up.
Noelani doesn't feel comfortable firing at a noble.
One who's already
So-
on fire and being paralyzed by poison.
Doesn't matter.
Does he have to roll anything to like even still do stuff? Because
He still
He has
gets
them.
he still gets to roll every turn. Like he's only at
Yeah,
a
he-
-1 to his goal.
Well,
No, I'm not
minus
talking
2 because
about-
he's also on fire.
yeah, I'm saying I'm not just talking about the poison. I'm talking about like if realistically, if you have been just clawed by a Vorax and you're burning,
Well, he has a
Yeah,
total of -3.
Yeah.
oh, that's
Is that-
right. The sustained damage of the fire is doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And in any case, okay, Noelani will go up to Brother Ulysses, and she can't believe she's doing it, and says, "You'd better pay me back," and inject him with one of her elixir doses.
She's injecting him. Okay.
Yeah, now elixir in this edition, there's no roll. for
Oh,
it.
there isn't. Okay, that's interesting.
It's
You just stick the needle in anywhere.
yeah, precisely.
It's got to find your bloodstream somehow. I
Yeah.
guess.
I hit him in the eye with the elixir.
Congratulations, you have healed the damage you did that he had taken, and you have blinded him for life.
No,
Well-
the elixir fixes the damage in the eye.
Now let's see here. Chapter 3
Oh my god,
straight.
that
Okay.
hurt to think about.
Mm,
I like how our picture looks like a big orange or something.
It's an apple.
It's an apple, yeah.
That's what chat has said. I've suggested that it's a pretty bad apple, though.
Just to know, I am Shayla.
I never claimed that I could draw well freehand on.
You are what?
I never claimed I could draw well freehand.
No. I'm
mm.
on
Booby.
on Twitch, I am one of the users that I'm talking here.
Oh,
I
that's
think
you. Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry, didn't realize that was you.
Chulan, right, or whatever it is.
Chao Yulan.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm not on it right now, but yeah.
Uh,
I'm trying to find how much does it
who
cure.
is?
Elixir, just a sec. Ah, you get one use of free revival. That doesn't count against its limit. What's a revival?
Oh, well then you don't need to use elixir on him. Revival is when you it's when you get more health. Each person can it's like healing surges in D&D.
Uh-huh.
And it sounds like
So what
wait,
does it heal?
Elixir gives you a free revival?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
It
so
does.
that
You
means
get a
that means you heal for your revival rating, and it doesn't cost you the one revival that you have at level 1.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, since Noelani is not aware of metagaming, she hits Servan she hits Brother Ulysses with her shot and giving him size rating +1, so 6. So 6 probably.
Yeah.
6 CP. Okay. Thank
And
you
you
very much.
you'd better pay me back.
I can put it in my tab.
Oh, that's reasonable expenses, I think.
I would
Okay.
think so.
Demos fires on him again.
God. Wow, he is really not going to stop until he's dead. You know, are we going to try and do anything to stop this guy? Because we were supposed to bring these people in a lot.
Oh wait, Robert, are you interrupting the next action?
Yes. Yes.
Who was Noelani going to nominate?
Noelani Servan.
Okay.
Okay.
So Servan gets the victory point. Okay, so 10 points of damage plus the 3 from the burning left over, the continued burning.
10 points of damage?
Yeah, it does 5 base. I got 10 victory points over his
Resistance.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah. So he is a charred pile on the ground now.
Wow, he really did screw everything up for us.
And Father Demos is advancing on Von Klock. Flame gun at the ready.
Jesus.
Servan interposes himself between the tied up unconscious man and the crazy priest. He doesn't brandish his sword, he just stands in the way and he says, "This man is our prisoner, Father."
There are no prisoners. They must be purified, all of them.
No.
He raises the flame gun and says, "They will be purified."
You're not the person in charge here.
By the Pancreator's grace, I am.
I am here as an agent. What's the deaconess's name? I'm trying to remember. Hold on. It was said earlier tonight.
I didn't write it down. Damn it.
We're under orders of Deaconess of the Universal Church.
Yeah, she
of
was
the
a Hawkwood.
Orthodoxy.
Well, if he
What?
interposes, I'll
I'm just.
stand
What was
by
her name?
his
Because
side.
I was trying to say a thing.
Deaconess Hawkwood would probably work.
Fair. Okay, so Servan says, I am here under the orders of Deaconess Hawkwood. I am Sir Vongang Khan al-Malik. You will stand down, Father.
I am here on authority of the Inquisition.
You
will stand down.
You may inquisit these people all that you like after they have been turned over to the Deaconess. She outranks you. You do not have the power in this room.
I do not report to her. I report to the Inquisition.
And the Inquisition may take its umbrage up with her. You have already killed one of the people that she ordered us to bring in.
Wow.
I'm trying to decide just how crazy he is.
I feel like this would be a good moment to engage in a little bit of social winning.
Yes.
And this is probably one of those areas where Brother Ulysses' impress can come in handy. I think he's the only one that's got any substantial amount of impress. Do I have that right?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's fine. It'll be fine. Okay, so Servan has Forthright, which gives him initiative edge with influence, so he can't be usurped. Which is nice. Yeah. So he
did our friendly Hawkwood scream anything as he died?
No, he did not.
But the door, time is but the window. I'll be back.
Where is the social things?
Probably rules.
Traits.
Oh, the traits.
I'm guessing it's under impress.
Are you trying to impose a condition?
Doesn't sound like he's trying to charm him.
No, he's not.
Oh no, there are other states.
Yeah, I know. Let's see. There's castigate.
I think he's using
command.
daunt. He wants the father to fear or respect him.
Yes.
Okay.
In this case, let's see.
If I may, Blaine.
Yes, go ahead.
I'll do my inspiring, so I can give you 2 victory points from my cash to you.
Nice.
I can do that.
He's backing him up.
We also do still have one weird point left in the troop coffer, and it looks like this might be the climax of this, so...
It might be. Okay. I don't think that the father has any edge here. He doesn't get any bonus resistance because
correct.
He doesn't outnumber us. He's not in a physically advantageous position. Technically, we outnumber him. Okay. So you've given 2 VP. So it's presence and impress.
Are you going to use the weird point for anything, or...
I am likely to do that. I want to check.
By the way, Ulysses, what do you actually do to inspire? I'm just curious.
Oh, I go to my Servan's side, and I say to everybody, and it's in a very, very loud voice, very booming, like deck voice. And he goes, "The Empyrean grace shines on the valorous soul who faces evil, armored with sword of the Pancreator. His body may suffer mightily, but his soul will rise the higher for it."
There you go.
And he looks very impressive with his great sword.
He does look
is it
very
a great sword?
impressive.
I didn't realize he had a great sword.
Yes, I do.
Sword.
Wow.
No, the pancreator, yes.
There we go. Okay, got a 9.
Nice.
And that is against his, mind resistance.
He glares at all of you and says, "The Inquisition will find what you are guilty of, and I will judge all of you." And he stalks out.
Now's a good time to burn that book.
Now is a very good time to burn that book.
You have a nice toasty fire there to burn it in.
Yeah.
I'm just tossing with its previous owner.
I was gonna say, you can return it.
Yeah,
to
it's,
its-
he left it behind. We're just returning it to him.
After all, it's a library. He's not gonna pay any library fees anymore.
Maven holsters his gun and joins the others. If the fire needs to be put out, he'll assist with finding something they can use to.
No, the
To
fire
choke
does
out.
not need to be put out. Let him burn.
Yes.
Is there water in this room?
Actually, there is not.
Guys, sorry, but for me, it's been a long night, and I have
Yes.
just 2 hours before I have to go to work.
Oh no.
Okay, sorry.
All right.
No problem.
That
for
did
fun.
go a little bit longer than we usually go.
Yeah, it was the combat. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Good game, everybody.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yay.
We'll reconvene for the climax. Well, for the I guess for the resolution.
For the denouement.
Yes, the resolution.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
All right. Night,
We
Eddie.
are offline.